Greetings.
Hey.
My name is Ben, aka Downsize It, and I'm joined today by Social General Rob for a very special battle report. A lot of fun things going on today. It's going to be another 600-point Batrep. You'll be seeing two 600-point Batreps this week. I filmed one with Robbie as well at Gear. And Rob's fleet was designed in collaboration with James Maher over on the IrishMadCat channel. And Rob will talk more about that when we do the pregame interview. And you might not notice it might be kind of hard to see right now, but if you did notice it, I have more defenders now. And the reason why I have that is that when we talked in our AMA, you were asked what our favorite squad was, and defenders is easily by far away my favorite. Excuse me, I've only ever had 4. And for years I've been searching for more because I wanted more defenders. But I didn't want to buy another Imperial 2 squad pack because I don't want more of what else comes in there. And then one of our subscribers, Maxwell Silver, was very generous. He reached out to me and said that he has more defenders than he knows what to do with. And he sent me 2 extras of his own. So thank you, Maxwell. That was very generous of you. Thank you so much. I am stoked to finally be able to run a more than 4 defender list. It's going to be 6 defender list, Merrick Steel, and 5 regulars. And I'm also very stoked to be bringing out my standard Thrawn build again. It's been a while since I've run my standard Thrawn with Chimera. And this list, well, as I go over more in the pregame, is basically showcasing all of my favorites when it comes to Armada and builds and stuff like that. So, going to be a very interesting game, fun game, 600 points, a collaboration fleet list build. And if you guys have not seen it yet, this will probably come out a couple days after it dropped. It dropped today, Sunday, that we're filming.
It dropped this morning.
Yep. And so this is probably going to drop Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can get this done by Tuesday. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should see a link coming up on the screen here. Go check that out on James Maher's channel, the IrishMadCat, so you can see their full in-depth discussion around the list creation. And also just know I want to give a shout out real quick before we go to fleet submission. When I woke up this morning, I checked my channel just to see if anybody, needed anybody for comments for putting them on the spreadsheet for the giveaway, that kind of thing, and hit 300 subscribers.
Oh, congratulations.
300, so
congratulations. Thank
you guys so much for supporting the channel and continuing to watch and subscribe and all that. Those milestones are kind of cool. So getting to big 300. So thank you guys once again for all the support, and hope we can continue to bring more and more content to you guys. So without any more further preamble, coming up next, I'll go over the fleet's in mission, and then Rob and I will have our deployment. You'll see it in an overlay while we discuss our strategy and tactics in the pregame interview. This will be a longer than normal pregame interview because Rob and I both have a lot to talk about.
Oh, yes.
So, just if you don't like that kind of thing, you just use the chapter links in the bottom, just jump right to round 1. But it'll be a longer than normal pregame as we go in depth behind the fleets and the construction and all that kind of good stuff. So coming up next, fleets and mission. For Grand Admiral Thrawn's 7th Fleet Task Force, we have the Grand Admiral on the Chimera, an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer, with Commander Vanto, local fire control, flak guns, advanced projectors, leading shots, XI-7 turbo lasers, and starting with the Take Evasive Action Fleet Command. We then have Commander Woldar on the Pursuant, a Quasar Fire 1 carrier, with flight controllers, boosted comms, and expanded hangar bay. We have Iden Versio commanding the Corvus on a Raider 2, with weapons battery techs, disposable capacitors, and heavy ion emplacements. And lastly, we have Admiral Chernow on the Vector, a Gazanti cruiser, with bomber command center and expanded hangar bay. For Imperial squadrons, we have Merrick Steel, Colonel Jendon, Darth Vader, Soontir Fel, Captain Jonas, 5 TIE Defenders, and 2 TIE Advanced Squadrons. For the Rebel Fleet, put together in collaboration between Social General Rob and James Maher, aka the IrishMadCat, We have General Cracken on the Paragon, an assault frigate Mark II Alpha, with Caitkin and Sholin, reactive gunnery, and linked turbolaser towers. Lando Calrissian commanding the Foresight, an MC-30 torpedo frigate, with ordnance experts, assault proton torpedoes, and H-9 turbolasers. The Admonition, also an MC-30 torpedo frigate, with ordnance experts, assault proton torpedoes, and H-9s. Jaina's Light on a CR-90A, with linked turbolaser towers. Dodonna's Pride on a CR-90 Bravo with point defense ion cannons. We have the Drunken Party Bus, Torn Far commanding Bright Hope on a GR-75 with Comsnet and expanded hangar bay. And then Quantum Storm, also a GR-75 with parts resupply and expanded hangar bay. And for Rebel Squadrons, we have our original Death Star Patrol Group. We have Wedge Antilles, Luke Skywalker, Biggs Darklighter, Jan Ors, Dutch Vander, and 3 X-Wing squadrons. The Biggs Ball is back. I came in at only 590 points. It made me sick at my stomach not to be able to get to 600, but that gave me the advantage of choosing first or second. And I felt that I would have the best choices throughout the game if I went first, the ability to act first at the start of every round. So I gave Rob second player and had to choose from his missions. And he had Most Wanted, Asteroid Tactics, and Infested Fields. I chose to go with Infested Fields, and with this mission, after we place obstacles excluding the station, we put objective tokens on each obstacle, and then Rob gets to place 2 Exogorths. They have to start on different obstacles. Then, throughout the game, whenever a ship or squadron overlaps an obstacle, the owner of that ship or squadron gets to gain that objective token, which counts for 15 victory points. At the start of each squadron phase, the Exogorths will attack, and then the Exogorths are removed, and then Rob will be able to move the obstacles the Exogorths were attached to distance 1 to 2 of their current location. And then the end of each round, Rob will get to place the Exogorths back on obstacles. And from what I can see here, it does not prevent Exogorths from touching the same obstacle as it does in, say, Asteroid Tactics. So in this game, Rob and I are going to be playing that the Exogorths, after deployment, can be re-emerging from the same obstacle. So coming up next, Rob and I will have deployment. You'll see it on a sped-up overlay, while we discuss in depth our fleets, the composition, our strategy and deployment, and for the game, etc. in the pre-game interview. Alright, so now that we've gone over the fleets and the mission, you will now see Rob and I have deployed, and you'll see our deployment here in a sped up overlay here. So now we're going to just talk about the fleet builds, strategy behind putting the fleet together, and deployment and thoughts for the match. And I'll go first on this one because Rob is probably going to want to talk about his discussions with the IrishMadCat. And this build is, I'm really excited for this. This might be a standard 600 point build for me because it's got all my favorites in Armada. And I was very conflicted because I came in at 590. I hate having this. It's just an OCD thing where I gotta have exactly 600. But everything was packed to the gills. I didn't want to change anything. So I had to compromise on one of my OCDs somewhere. So first, for those of you that might not be familiar, I've discussed it in a couple videos before, including my very first video. My standard Thrawn build with Chimera. And that is an ISD-2 with the Chimera title, with Thrawn, Commander Vanto, because I just like to keep it narrative. And those of you not familiar with the books perhaps, or with Thrawn in the current canon, Vanto is like his Watson to Thrawn's Sherlock. That Chimera is Thrawn's flagship. And I love the Chimera title just on its own because it has the fleet commands and you can switch whatever you need. You have to plan a turn ahead, because then you use Vanto. Vanto is my fleet command factory. So, because Vanto gives me tokens, and I can just choose whatever token I want. So basically, I just plan, so I can change fleet commands. I only go through 3 of them. Entrapment formation, take evasive action, and intensify firepower. I hardly ever, actually I have never used all fighters follow me, because you don't need it really as Imperials. And the shields one, shields to maximum is, it's kind of a worthless one. But between those 3, it just allows me to have maximum, and since I can switch with Chimera, I have maximum versatility in whatever my fleet needs on the upcoming turn. And a lot of times I can have it to where I have a nav token and a concentrate fire token stage, so I can choose then do I want intensify firepower, do I want my maneuver. And then continuing on with the Chimera, ever since local fire control came out, I love it, because I love putting a saddle on a Star Destroyer. It's amazing. And then a new upgrade that's out, I'm proxying it again. This is going to be like the 3 game in a row I'm proxying this, because we don't have the expansion yet, but it's flat guns. Love flat guns. I usually keep the offensive retrofit on my standard Thrawn build empty, but now this is going to be a permanent addition to the Chimera, because it allows me to shoot salvo blue dice at long range. And the ISD2 has 2 blues and a red, so those now I can salvo at long range with all my dice, really making these like, Jana's like, maybe I have to think twice. Do you really want to shoot 2 red dice at me when I'm throwing 3 dice back at you? So it's the 2 black dice for the it converts my anti-squad dice to 2 black dice. It's whatever. That's not why I picked that. I picked it for the long range salvo. And then of course advanced projectors is my favorite defensive retrofit. It basically turns your evades into pseudo braces, because you can just spread the damage all around your entire ship. And then I love leading shots, favorite ion upgrade, and I love XI7s. And it is, like I said, all my ships have all their upgrades filled out. So that's my standard Thrawn build. Whenever I bring Thrawn, when it's not a subscriber list, I start with that. Right. And that's a lot of points, and then I move on to build out the rest of the fleet. Then we have my dedicated carrier. Again, I love Quasars. This is set up normally, like I normally do it. Flight controllers, Woldar for the rerolls. It really just boosts the effectiveness of defenders with flight controllers where I'm getting 5 dice and throwing. If I keep them in range, they're getting a reroll.
Sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah, so it just makes defenders even more insane. And then Iden, I love Iden. She's probably my favorite officer, even more than Vanto. Vanto's probably my second favorite officer, but I love Iden. Love her on the, again, narrative. The Corvus was a Raider 2, I believe, in Battlefront. And I love having her on the Raider 2. I love, this Raider 2 is tricked out purely to be a HIE, high intensity ion, or heavy ion emplacements, or whatever it's called. You know what it is. Delivery system. Disposable capacitors for the 1 long range shot, and then after that, just all close range stuff. But you give them weapons battery techs, and it's not always going to happen, because I can't guarantee that I'm going to be rolling an accuracy on a blue dice. But the odds are I'm rolling 3 dice normally, a lot of times con firing, so 4 blue dice. And there's a 50-50 chance that I'm getting an accuracy or a crit. And if I get the accuracy, I can turn it into a crit. Weapons battery tech. So that her job is to be the forward scout to drain shields and then let Thrawn finish him off with the Chimera. And then lastly, with the Vector, this is going to be, so all of my ships have dedicated squads that I'm designing them for push. Vector is going to be pushing Vader and the 2 TIE advanced, because he lets them go up to speed 5. So now all of my squads, except for Colonel Jendon, are moving speed 5. And Cheer now basically lets it so that if I need to switch it up, but I can pick 3 squads that can never be locked down.
Right.
So they can always get out of the bind. Rob has 6 escorts to lock me down, so that's going to be very useful for me in this game. Just so you guys know, my Quasar, I'm going to send you this all now. A Pursuant is going to be running the 5 generic defenders, the maximum, and then Chimera will be running the remainder. Jonas is there to give me the accuracies on every shot I take, so I can lock down the scatters guaranteed, or evades, that kind of thing. Obviously, Merrick Steele, Colonel Jendon, that's a dynamic duo. Shouldn't be new to anybody. Well, I guess if you're new to Armada, it's new to you. I'll explain it.
Right, yeah.
Merrick Steele is the named defender. He's fantastic. He can turn, every time he attacks ship or squadron, he can turn one of his dice to a crit. And then Jen just flies up and says, do that again. So basically it gives Merrick Steel 2 attacks every round, which is just madness. It's insane, and it's amazing. And then I got Soontir Fell just to try to I've got 2 advanced and Vader, 3 escorts. Combine that Soontir Fell, which means that if you don't attack him, you're taking damage. So now my goal on this, it was a pretty long deployment, so I don't know if you guys have seen this yet coming up, but with infested fields, the way that I was placing my objective, or my obstacles that I got to place, and Rob was kind enough to place them kind of close to my edge as well. My goal is to grab all the objectives round 1. That's why I place my squadrons where they are. As you see, you see like some of them scattered out, split up, so they can run out, grab objectives round 1, and round 2, run back to the fleet, and we'll reorganize. And because Imperial squads are so fast, I think I can do that without getting tied down. So that's going to be the goal. I may not get this one that's on the far left. It'll be on your left as well. What you're watching down here. It might be round 2 when I grab that one, but I think I can get 4 without Rob being able to do anything about it, and that'll at least give me an advantage on points. To start. Yeah. And I'm going to need it because I know. So when Rob goes over his fleet, and you guys have seen this in the quick fleet overview, Rob, does have me outnumbered, 7-4. So I will be getting 2 past opens because I'm first player. But he's going to be running fast. He started everybody at speed 2, but with Nats, he easy up to 3. Get the Cracken benefit to where now every shot I take is obstructed from a ship. And you guys know full well the firepower of MC-30s. Yes. They can shred me easily. The Paragon is also deadly. It's easy to use. Just let someone attack first, and then he gets to attack with extra dice. Rob obviously will probably go over this, but Rob needs to be careful. If he gets these small ships caught in front of the Chimera, that's probably it. Yeah. So he has to be careful with his positioning. But I have to be, because the thing is, if he focuses on the Chimera and downs it, doesn't mean it's game's over, but I lose all Thrawn benefits. That Chimera is my heavy hitter. None of my other ships are heavy hitters. My Gazanti and my Quasar, they're carriers, squad pushers. And Iden can do work, but it's still a small raider. Right. My firepower is coming from the Chimera. And, of course, from defenders, but I have a feeling I'm going to be tied up with Rob's squads for most of the game, as opposed to actually attacking ships. We'll see what I can do there. But my firepower is like Chimera, Thrawn's on the Chimera can be all his benefits. So if I'm not careful and he can drop Thrawn quickly, that's going to be a problem for me. So I have to be careful. But I'm also, wanting to set up to where I can do the combo of Iden hits and the Chimera hits, and if I can get that off, a lot of ships, especially medium and smaller, could be potential one-shot when we do that combo. So we're going to see if I can pull that off. And then obviously just me trying to dodge the X-Course, Rob's going to move around and try to make life annoying for me. So
ties shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. Again, nice thing about Imperium, their squads are fast, especially when you have defenders. And then with Vector, when I'm actually activating them with Vector, my advanced invader are very fast as well. Right. So I need to use that speed advantage to my advantage. And yes. Because again, as you will see when Rob, I'm about to turn it over to Rob, so I'm not just talking for forever. But Rob has a classic big ball, and even though there's been the nerf to Intel, it doesn't matter. That's not why you take this. It's going to be, I don't even know if I even want to engage in this thing, because I don't know if I'll be able to kill stuff. This is going to be an almost impossible ball of squads to kill. But that's it for me going over my fleet, the in-depth, my standard Thrawn. I love now that I can have 6 defenders, Merrick and 5 regulars. Thank you so much, Maxwell Silver. Again, you guys probably hear the background there. For some reason, every time we film a back rep, that's when the groundskeepers decide to show up.
They do.
It's like they know when we're doing a back rep.
So just imagine the TIE engines getting ready to book.
Yes, it's the twin eye engines going off right now outside.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's all of my preambling, talking about my fleet and my strategy for the game. Rob, take it away.
Okay. And it sounds like we're getting to go back again. All right, so IrishMadCat, thank you very much. You guys probably have already seen the video, hopefully, and if not, there'll be a link over.
Yeah, again, I'll
One of
make
our
sure to put a link
Yep.
above the head, and also I'll put it in the description below, just in case sometimes that link doesn't work with YouTube. So
Oh, really? Okay.
the link will be in the description below as well. Go check out that video.
Great, yes. He about the last Batrep that you and I had, or what Batrep before?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago, yeah. He put in a comment in there and said, "Hey Rob, why don't you and I get together and take on Ben? We'll build a fleet together and we'll take on Ben. Ben's gonna take a fleet that he likes, he loves, he builds up at what he wants. Let's do it."
And I did tell Rob ahead of time I am bringing Thrawn.
Yes, you did.
And
Which
then
I
I'm
already
bringing-
knew.
Yeah. So I told him I'm bringing my standard Thrawn and 6 defenders because
Yes.
I had just received Maxwell's package.
Right.
Defenders, so it was going to be 6 defenders.
Yep.
So that's all I told him. That's all he wanted to know. He didn't want to know the full
Nope.
fleet. I just want to give him a heads up that was coming as part of the fleet.
Yeah. So he wanted to make it fair, so it's a fair and interesting fight. We don't like the boring fights where basically one of us rolls over the other and wow, that's done in like 20 minutes for you guys to watch. And it's like, why? So anyway, so I got together with IrishMadCat. It would be yesterday by the time we're taping right now. But it'll be a couple days before
Yeah,
that.
it was Saturday.
Yeah, it was
So last
Saturday.
Saturday.
So, anyway, so yeah, he and I got together, and I told him I wanted to run a commander I'd never ran before. And he said, okay, well, which one? You know, and as you guys know, I've said this before, Akbar, Dodana, they're one of my favorites, okay? But I chose Cracken. And I chose Cracken because, for several reasons. A, Medine was already used, and I wanted to do somebody different. And so I chose Cracken because I always wanted to try with the medium and small ships with this obstruction and stuff like that. It gives my speed 3. So if I can move around, and there's another thing I do want to do was practice my maneuvers because I have to get better at maneuvers. So that was my reasoning for that. So then we started putting everything together. And again, Ben and I usually send my list to Ben probably the night before, 2 nights before, so he can get everything all set up for editing and such. But this time, nope, we waited till the last minute, so he might take a little longer on editing for him, but we wanted to surprise each other.
Yeah, full surprise.
Yep.
Full surprise. I haven't even watched the video with Irish. I'm going to watch it after the game so I can see how the podcast went.
Yeah.
So I wanted a full surprise, so I had no idea what was coming. So.
Yep, and I kind of wanted to do it too. So I took the Assault Frigate Mark II-A with Krakens on that, with Caitlin Sholin, we have Paragon as we heard already, linked turbo lasers, and reactive gunnery. We'll get to reactive gunnery later when it happens, but, and then I have 2 MC-30s, one Lando on it, of course, was on Foresight. The basic standard ordnance experts assault proton torpedoes, but it has H9 turbo lasers. The other MC also has H9 turbo lasers as well, and that way I can get an accuracy if I need it. So that's going to be very, very interesting and very useful.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever put an H9 on MC-30 ever.
No.
So that's very interesting. I've never even considered it.
And plus the way my dice roll, I need to have something like
Yeah,
that.
and since these are the blue dice ones, torpedo frigates, it means
Yep.
if you're in medium range, you're guaranteed to get an accuracy.
Right.
Because no matter what you roll on a blue dice, an H9, you can turn it to an accuracy. And that can be key, so that you don't waste your black dice. You can lock down what you need to lock down to make sure your black dice hit the way they need to hit. So that's actually it's ingenious. I even considered it to put it on MC-30s.
So that's on both of them. The second one has
Admonition, yeah. The space of the two.
There we go.
You guys know these titles. It's going to be so hard for me to kill these things.
And
yeah,
their job is, as Ben already said, he already knows, they're the heavy hitters. They're the ones that shred things, and that's their job.
And they're hard to kill.
Yeah. The last two is not last two, but I have 2 CR90s. I have a CR90A and a CR90B. The CR90A is Janus Light Classic, except that I did not put TRCs on it. We put linked turbo laser towers.
That's kind of surprising.
Well, it'll be interesting because I'll get to re-roll again a red, but then any fighters I'll get 2 dice of my choice.
Oh, that's a flagship. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
makes sense. 3
So it'll be great. And then of course the Dodonna's Pride, which, as you know, a blue crit will automatically basically put a crit on his ship.
Yep.
Face up. And then I got point defense ion cannon, so it survives longer. So that, because that's getting close, which unfortunately Corvus moved over there, which you'll see if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well,
it was smart.
I did the Corvus thing, and
You'll see it.
I don't want to say anything. No, you should have seen that coming, Rob. I do it every time I bring Corvus. I set Corvus over here.
Yeah.
You guys say, and I start placing squads over there.
I kind of know. You'll see.
Fortunately, CR9 are fast. If you maybe by the end of the game get him back in the game, but it was one of those. It worked a little bit for some of your stuff.
Right, for some things it will work. Trust me.
I love Corvus though, man. You can just set him over there.
Oops, my bad.
And because his squads are so fast, you can put him squads over there and then just redeploy, and then they can just run back round one and be back in position. So I love that ability first. Or it's not Iden, it's Corvus, but Iden and Corvus go together as far as I'm concerned. It's her ship.
And then I have our drunken party bus is back.
Party bus is back.
A little bit changed. The only change to it is it has expanded hangar bays and comms net. Otherwise, there's Torn, Far, and Bright Hope. She's out there and ready. And then they're accompanied by another transport, which is the Quantum Storm. That has hangar bays and, well, it's titled Quantum Storm. So it is basically which makes it move faster.
Yeah, if you do a nav, you can do a straight 0 move, or 1 move but no clicks.
Right.
After you move. So.
And now we're going back to the thematic thing.
But also real quick, he has parts resupply.
Oh, parts resupply.
So he's going to be able to distribute engineering tokens to help keep his guys alive, which will make it even harder. Basically, I mean, it's possible with the Star Destroyer in my Iden combo, but I need to one-shot things or get them so damaged that his engineering tokens come out of the nurturing dial can't repair them. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he's going to be able to start dispersing these out to keep his ships alive, so that's going to be a problem.
So I'm trying to give him a lot of bad options, a lot of bad choices. So getting to the thematic part, as we're talking about, he has a Thrawn theme going, but I have the Death Star theme going. And so we have Biggs, we have Wedge, we have Dutch, we have Luke, we have Jan. I don't know, Jan was in that run.
No, she wasn't there.
But maybe she.
You got the four classic names for the run on the Death Star,
and 3 X,
and 3 more X-wings.
So
with Jan. And for those of you that don't know, this is what is affectionately referred to as, or non-affectionately if you're an Imperial player, the Biggs Ball.
Yep.
And the reason why it's called that is that Biggs can distribute damage to other escort ships or other X-wings nearby, and Jan can allow generic ships, or I think any ships actually, to use your brace tokens. Mm-hmm. So your generic X-wings now can get brace.
Right.
Combined with Briggs, reducing damage and distributing it. It's going to be a nightmare to chew through this. So if I even want to try, that's the thing I have to decide.
Yeah, because you know you defend it from 5 guys, right?
You want to talk about what can counter a defender swarm? A Biggs Ball.
It's a big ball. Yep.
So
if folks do not know a Biggs Ball, well, you're going to see one right now. So I do really do thank IrishMadCat. We had a really great conversation. He opened my eyes up to various different things that I didn't even think about at all. H9s, for instance, was one that, wow, okay, that makes sense. Stuff like that. Reactive gunnery, which again, you'll see later. I don't know ruin it for Ben yet.
What it does.
Well, yeah, you do know what it does.
And it lets me use one of his tokens for salvo.
Right.
And Paragon, it's a great salvo ship. So it's got 3 dice, 2 red and a blue.
Right.
So.
But, anyways, he only put together and everything that, I hope in Irish, I know if you're watching, James, you're probably going, Rob, you did it a little wrong here and there. Yeah, I think I did. But, in deployment, anyways. So he's probably getting a little chuckle right now. But anyways, we'll see. We'll get to work. I'm pretty sure I can get it to work. So we discussed about a bunch of different things. He's a great guy to sit down and talk to. You guys get a chance, go to his channel and watch it. He's got some really great things about list building, about the championships that are going on, whether it's Tabletop Simulator or it's Vassal. And then you guys also see, because some of you asked us in our AMA about Vassal and Tabletop Simulator, you can see what it's like.
Yeah, go check out his channel. He's got a couple Batreps in there, I think, from the Vassal or Tabletop. And there's great list discussion. So go check out his channel.
Definitely.
And subscribe to his channel and support his efforts, because he actually talks to so many people.
He does.
Around the world.
Yeah.
And gets so many different ideas and thoughts on this building. You know, a lot of times I find myself getting locked into the same type of list that I like.
No, that's,
But what part of getting the subscriber list has helped a lot to me, just to expand my knowledge of the game and different types of builds.
Oh, me too.
And then the stuff that IrishMadCat does also does that, because it's just so many different ideas and thoughts coming together. So it's really a really good thing that he's doing over there that I like to watch, just to get different ideas on how to build fleets. So.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. So, and yes, your subscribers, you've been doing a great job. Thank you, because like Ben said, we're learning things that we didn't think about.
Yeah, and running a subscriber list is challenging.
It is,
because it's not something we're used to, so we have to get more wrinkles in our brain as we expand our abilities to try to play things that we're not used to. So keep those lists coming in.
Yes, please.
And for those that don't know, just if you want to submit a list, comment on any of my YouTube channels. The easiest way is just go to my Facebook page. Always linked in my videos below, and send me a private message, my Downsize It Facebook page, or email me at maildownsizeit@gmail.com. And one last thought before we go on to round one. Just want to just talk about my reasons for going first. I had to bid again, like I said, 590, which again annoyed me, but it would annoy me more to get to redesign my fleet, because I had it just the way I wanted. The missions I picked, there's no way Rob was going to pick Advanced Gunnery. There's no way Rob was going to pick Fleet Ambush, because then I would just wreck his fleet turn one.
Yeah.
He would be picking Dangerous Territory.
Right.
And Dangerous Territory would be advantage to Rob, because he has small, light, fast ships, and he could get to the objectives before me.
Right.
So I chose to be first, because when I think first might help me in late game when I need to take shots before he can shoot me. I think that's going to help. And then when I saw his missions, I chose Infested Fields because it allows squadrons to pick up tokens.
Right.
And I have squads that can move 5. So
Yes.
which is why again I think I'm going to be able to get 4 round 1. So I'm just going to give myself a little cushion.
Right.
Because
well, as we saw last Batrep of ours, that cushioning was great for me.
Yeah.
I mean, put it over by 1.
Yeah.
15, 12 points.
Objective token gameplay is very interesting, and it really changes how you think about the game, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So. Alright, so again, this was a bit longer than pregame, because we want to just go in depth into the fleets. But now that we're all finished with that, going over our strategies, going over the fleets, Rob and I are going to start planning dials, and then we will be back at the start of round 1. There we are, start of round 1. So over here we got some space worms, the Exogoras, and I've got 2 TIE Advanced escorting Soontir Fel. There's some valuable objectives that we need to grab. Our Imperial Intel told us. And we've got a Lone Defender here who's also going to shoot forward. Grab this one. And the Intel in this field, we're going to have to wait and grab that later, I think. But we'll at least get 4 of them. Thrawn will be pleased with that. The rest of my squad staging here just to wait for orders. And of course, we have Commander Woldar on the Pursuant, Thrawn on the Chimera, and Iden Versio on the Corvus. Meanwhile, the Rebel forces, we have Cracken on the Paragon, Lando on the Foresight, and Admonition in formation. That's going to be a problem for me. You're fighting in this corner. Jaina's Light escorting Quantum Storm, the Biggs Bow, the Drunken Party Bus, and Odana's Pride. Which had a little bit of a bait and switch, but fortunately CR90s are fast. He can turn and recover quickly to get back into the battle. Who knows, perhaps his flanking maneuvers will be the difference with those blue crits he can just throw out and deal damage. So it'll be interesting. to see mainly what happens over here. This corner is where I think the primary aspect of this battle is going to be. Heavy hitters on both sides facing off. And we got Vector taking an engineering and taking the token and just staying at speed 1. I do a little bit of a turn in here to get back with a little bit more back towards the fleet.
Alright, up first is Dodana's Pride. It is a navigation dial. I'll be taking the token, holding on for later. And I'm going to take a really sharp turn here as much as possible so we can get right in there and get out.
We've got Iden on the Corvus, engineering taking a token. I'll notice a theme for my entire fleet this first round.
Okay, now it's up to the drunken party boss turn. She's already given out drinks. Alright, so it's a navigation dial, banking the token. And we're going to move up. We're going to do a hard turn as possible we can here. See if we can get back as the Corvus kind of throws us off there.
Okay, going with the Chimera. It is an engineering, taking a token. Then Vanta will give me a nav token and just staying straight for now.
Okay, next up is Quantum Storm. And it's a navigation dial. We're going to bank the nav token just like everything else. And we're going to take a nice tight turn just like the drunken party bus. Get a little closer. It's a fast race between the two.
And I'm sure y'all guessed it. Pursuant is an engineering, taking a token, and just straight 1 for now.
Okay, Janus Light is up next. It's a navigation dial, and I'm banking a token. As I move up only 2, right up here by the party bus train. Okay, General Cracken's up next, and also frigate. It is a navigation dial. And I'll be taking a token, banking it. Right there. Alright, now we'll be moving Lando's MC30, and we'll be doing, we're using the dial, but we're going to use the click, and a little extra click so I don't smash into my own ship.
Yeah, couldn't take the token. Well, that's barely missing the dial too.
Yeah,
that's close.
Barely missed. It was close.
Yeah, it was a nav with the click, just so that no ramming at the start of the game. Don't worry.
Alright, now it's Admonition's turn, and we'll be using the dial and be using an extra click just so I can get up there without ramming Orlando. Yes, this has become a wonderful traffic jam here.
Okay, coming up, we got the squad phase. The Exogorths are not in range to do any attacks. They do their attacks at the start of the squad phase, so then they go away. Then Rob will place them at the end of the squad phase. And then it's all just going to be movement, no attacks. And I'll show you where everything has gone and the results of the squad phase at the start of round 2. Start of round 2. So, the Imperial Scout Forces, Suntir, grab this objective. Advanced, grab that one. You can see these obstacles moved, because that is where they moved after the Exogorths left. But was still able to grab this one with this advanced. Moved Vader over to grab this objective. Then a Defender moved forward to grab this objective. And the Exogorth erupted out of here. My Defender line, another Exogorth defending the last objective. Wedge and Dutch leading their squads forward, preparing to engage. And these 2 lone X-Wings coming over here to perhaps engage this TIE Advanced. Then staging in the back still we have Merrick Steele, Colonel Jendon, and Captain Jonas. I feel like we will have some engagements this round. Probably not ship to ship, but most likely squad to squad perhaps will be happening this round. Okay, we're going with Vector. It is a squadron command. I'm going to be grabbing Vader, this Advanced, and this Defender, basically pulling them back. They have completed their objectives. They can go speed 5 because of Vector's ability. So this Advanced flying back over here, getting back in formation. Vader as well, moving back in formation. Pulling this Defender back before Wedge and Dutch and any other shenanigans can happen. coming back here as well. And then I forgot to mention, no Thrawn dial this turn, but I did activate, I switched to entrapment formation with Chimera and I activated it, and I'm using that now to drop my Gazanti down to speed 0. So no movement for the Gazanti.
Alright, first up is Bright Hope, and it is a squadron dial, which I will be using. I moved those 2 X-Wings that were next to Bright Hope, one there and one there, to engage with that guy right there. They're barely engaged, and they shouldn't be clear shots.
Yep, clear shots coming in either side, locking down this TIE Advanced.
And the third one, which is right there, he's pointing at right there, moved up in front of, from Luke up to in front of James.
Alright, our 2 X-Wings, they have 5 health to get through, and they do have Torn Far rerolls. They are in range. So first X-Wing, only 1 damage.
Well,
Torn Far, 1 damage, wow. Alright, they need these must be rookies. Sorry. Alright, but did he set up his partner? 2 damage, you're not going to kill the Advanced. But you can get him down to 1. Nope. So 2 health remaining on the Advanced. These must be rookie pilots. Luke needs to, or Wedge needs to get on them.
Yeah.
How to properly lock down a ship.
Alright. There goes Bright Hope, drunken party bus, because obviously they're having a few trains now. They're going speed 2. They just right there. They smacked into the X-Wing that just flew over
Yeah, they
there.
just commanded. Yep.
Go fly over there. Okay, bam.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's not going to affect you too much. I'm just going to
No.
send them back
It
here.
was actually another way for Torn Far to tell them to reform up.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go with Iden on the Corvus. It's concentrate fire. I'm not going to use it. I want to keep my engineering token. And also not going to move. I'm going to use entrapment formation to drop down to 0.
Okay, Dodonna's Pride it is a navigation dial which I'll be using to speed up. And I'll go to 3, and I'll come here, and I think I might have another X-Wing.
Yeah, shield down will go over it.
So, these rookies are really not having a good day.
Yep. Tough time for the rookies. Yeah, I'll just move him out here. Okay, going with the Pursuant. It is a squadron command. I could have grabbed 5, I only need to grab 4. All the defenders in the line here, move them back here. Thrawn is ordering the fleet to be cagey and cautious for now. And then using entrapment formation to slow down to speed 0.
Okay, next up is Janice Lay. It was a concentrated fire dial. I thought for sure I was going to have a chance to fire one of his squadrons, but unfortunately, he decided to run away. So, I'll be discarding that dial basically, and just moving forward 2.
There we got Thrawn on the Chimera. It's a navigate, taking a token, and then Vonto's going to give me a con fire token. Then using entrapment formation to speed up to speed 2. Doing a little side jink. Yeah.
Okay, off goes Cracken. He's speeding up to speed 3, with its navigation dial, sorry. And he's got a side shot into the Chimera, side right there.
Be obstructed, so 2 red dice. Okay, so 2 red, side to side. Opening shots for ships. 2 blanks.
Basically, let's do keep the show first.
Yep. Kick to neutral end. 2 doubles.
Well, we're gonna leave it there, definitely.
Okay, we'll race to 2, redirect using my advanced projectors. I'll decide here in a second where I want them to go, and then salvo back. Because my flat guns, I get 2 blue and a red, and then I have to drop 1, I'll drop a blue. I'll keep that, and I'll stop your evade and take a damage.
We'll redirect it.
Okay.
And I'll redirect it to my port side. Sorry, my rear. Blue rear.
Alright, 1 damage down on the back.
Yep.
And with my 2 damage I'm taking, I'm going to take 1 on the back and 1 on my port side with my advanced projectors.
So now, Cracken moves up. Moving in.
And up to 3s on the dial.
Yep. Alright, Lando and the MC-30. Now moves up, speeds up the navigation dial, and it will be using a token for an extra click at the 1.
Using the dial for the click.
Using the dial for the click, sorry about that. And move there. And hopefully, he missed it.
Got a nice double arc.
Alright, Admonition is using it as a navigation dial. I'll be using it to click, and I'm going to be going, I'm still at Pete Speed 2. But alongside Lando, trying to get out of the traffic jam, make it a little bit better. Alright, Quantum Storm, it is a squadron dial. I will not be using it, but I'll be using the navigation. Okay, so first, hold on a minute, I gotta do this in a different order.
Parts resupply.
Parts resupply activates, I'm activating that first. I'm giving a token to James Light, and I'm giving a token to, it was Admonition.
Yep, on the left, not in range of Lando.
Right.
And swapped out the Janus Light nav token with an engineering token.
Correct.
And then, yeah, we looked at it even with slowing down or with the nav token. Oh, actually, if you want to speed up to 3, but that puts you right in the range of Thrawn, you can actually speed up to 3 and clear. If you're looking at speed 1 and 2, he's going to ram Janus Light no matter what he does. If you go to speed 3, you will might actually clear Janus Light, but then you would not be able to refresh parts resupply.
Right. No, I'll be hitting Janus Light. It's fine.
Yeah. So just staying at speed 2 to ram, goes back to where he's at. I'm not showing you didn't show you the tool, but we turned it to where he would even ram up to 1 so we can stay at the same spot, because if he didn't, then he'd be running over Biggs, and I'd be able to move Biggs away, and the Biggs ball would be broken up.
Right.
So we decided just to take the damage on Quantum Storm, and then using his nav token to refresh parts resupply. Okay, next we got Squadron Phase. As you can see, we've got everybody in the center here for Rob to move, and there'll be no attacks. I do have this advanced still locked down, and then Suntir Fel that needs to move. I'm just going to do the attacks of the advanced real quick here. That's going to be the only attacks. Seeing if he can't show this X-Wing pilot what he's how to do an attack, or he might be a rookie as well. We're about to find out. No damage, so this is a rookie advanced as well. Alright, so then everything else will be off screen with movement and show you how it turns out at the start of round 3. Start of round 3. So the squad movements that happened, Suntir Fel came over here to get in this asteroid field, and you can see that's where a new Exogorth has just popped out. None of the Exogorths had attacks last round. This asteroid moved to the right to provide cover for all the heroes of the Rebellion, Wedge, Dutch, Biggs, Jan, and Luke. Colonel Jendon shifted over to get in better staging position. Captain Jonas moved up to start providing his benefits into Lando. And then this asteroid that had an Exogorth and a new Exogorth has popped out, moved down, which put him in range for Merrick Steele to barely fly over and grab the final objective token. So Thrawn is pleased, at least for a minor victory, that the valuable resources in these infested fields have been gathered, but as you can see, the hounds have found their prey. There's going to be some serious damage coming in this round. And the particulars of the round, Thrawn has issued a command to his fleet. It is a squadron command. All squadrons are to be activated. An entrapment formation has been activated once again as well. Alright, we will be starting with Iden on the Corvus. They are speed 0, so I need to go with them first before this double arc from Paragon can happen. It is a concentrate fire, and I'll just let you guys know I am speeding up to speed 1 with entrapment formation. That'll be after this. But for now, obstructed shot, asteroid or no, Lando's going speed 3, so it will be obstructed, blowing my decaps. Got a shot front to rear, barely clipping it. It is clear of the line as well, yellow dot to yellow dot. 3 blues, down to 2 blues with my confire. The goal here is, can we get these heavy ion emplacements to cook off some shields on Lando in preparation for the Chimera. This is not the ideal opening shots I want to take. Attacking Lando on the foresight is never a good idea, but it's the best shots I have right now, and I need to take them while I can get them. Alright, disposable capacitors have been exhausted. Starting with 3 blue, obstructed, going down to 2 blue. And then concentrate fire. And then we will weapons battery text that to a crit.
Okay. I will, please. If I use force sight, I believe I can evade and burn it. It's up to.
You don't have to burn it.
I'll spend it. It's alright. Alright. Now I get ready to crit.
Okay. Just take 1 damage on the back. Do you want to redirect that?
I will redirect it. No, I won't redirect it.
Okay, so just taking 1 damage on the back. Okay, then using entrapment formation to get back up to speed 1. And just moving straight. I can't get out of this double arc, but landing on the Exogorth, giant spaceborne collision, taking the damage on the back. The important thing though is I am now in close range, so Iden is in full effect. Maybe keep Corvus away.
Alright, now we're doing the foresight. We're attacking from the front there. It's a navigation dial, by the way. We'll see about in a minute. But right now, I will be firing at the front double arc, whether my side and my front contains front end.
Alrighty, which one doing first? Front or side?
We will do the front first.
Okay, so we've got 2 black and a blue. Coming on in. Really good shot.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
So the, let's hold on a second here. I think I'll turn the blue with my H9 turbo lasers into a accuracy.
Okay. When are we stopping?
I'll accuracy your contain.
I don't have a contain.
You do not have a contain. Wow, that's amazing. I thought you would. Aha. I will stop your.
My contain will be worthless against you. You have assault proton torpedoes.
Yeah. Salvo.
Okay,
Stop
so
your
no.
salvo.
Okay. Brace to 2. Redirect. We'll take 1 on the port and 1 on the starboard. Okay, side shot. Oh yes, APTs. An APT goes off. Alright, I'm assuming you wanted to use them on this attack?
Yes, I do.
Alright. The powered armament, I cannot attack at long range. Alright, so now for the side shot.
Yes.
3 black, 2 blue. Five hits.
5 hits. Well, again, I'm going to use the H9. Turn and stop your salvo again.
Okay.
I will use the Ordnance Experts to reroll 2 black. Get some hit crits here.
No, lost a hit. Back to regular hit.
Lost a hit. Oh boy.
Alright.
Looks like that's all I can do at the moment.
And I'll redirect. Actually, do I want to redirect? I will. I'll take 1 on the starboard and 2 off the front. Front shields down to 2. All my remaining shields down to 1 each.
Alright, using the dial, I am speeding down to speed 2, I'm sorry. I'm intentionally ramming him so I can keep him in double arc.
So we both take a damage. He took the extra click at the 1. He's at speed 2. Ram stopped at the 1. Still has a nice lineup on me if I'm still there. Next round. Okay, we are going with the Pursuant. It is an engineering dial. Not going to use that, still have a token. That was just in case. Because I'm using Thrawn Squad Command to activate all 5 of my defenders. You can see over here, I'll change the picture angle for the picture. Coming in and bombing into the side of Lando. And then Pursuant will be taking a clear shot, unobstructed from the line, and also unobstructed because not at speed 3. Alright, starting with the defenders. This is going to be all 5 going into the side of Foresight. First one. It is a hit.
Alright, I will redirect it to my front. Redirect to my front.
Okay, so front shield's down to 2.
Yep.
Second defender. On its multi-roll bombing run, it's a hit.
I have to take that one. That was a blue die?
Yep.
Then I will evade it, the green evade.
Okay. It's an accuracy, no damage. Third defender. It is a crit. Of course, this is all on shields, so no crit effects, just basic damage.
Yeah.
You still have a lot of shields.
Yeah, I'll go and take it there for now.
Okay, shields down to 2 on the port. Fourth defender. Accuracy. Fifth defender. Crit. Basically a hit.
It doesn't force it on here. Oh, it kills like an extra die, so it's not gonna really.
Yeah, foresight's not going to help you on this.
No.
Not for blink shots like these.
It's on the side, correct?
Yep. Front shield's down to 2. That side is down to 2. Back down to 1. Starboard's still at full health.
Right. Starboard's gonna have to take it. I mean, port.
Okay, so down to 1. Alright, so those are all the defenders. And now for the pursuant. Front guns. They're light guns, but there's something. And it is clear. So 3 blues. It will be a that, and I will accuracy your green redirect.
Okay, now foresight.
Yep.
And I will burn. Well, I have to burn. There's
Yep.
no choice. And basically get rid of those 2.
Well, it's not getting rid, it's re-rolling because it's medium range.
Sorry, rerolling those.
Okay. Reduce the damage by 1, so just 1 off the front. Or unless you want to burn this.
No, one off the front. I'm gonna need that. I think.
Okay. So front and port shield is down to 1, rear shield is down to 1. Starboard still at full health, but no damage. Well, 1 damage on the hull from ramming, but no actual weapons damage on the hull yet. Okay, and using entrapment formation, speeding up to speed 1. Just going straight.
Alright, up is Cracken. It's a navigate to dial, guys, believe it or not. But anyways, I probably will be using the dial for a click later on. Meanwhile, I'll be firing out the front and the side arcs right into Iden herself.
Okay, starting with side to front. 3 red and a blue. Close range. This is what we have so far.
Alright, and I'll use my linked towers here to add a reroll line.
Okay.
Something, I did. Alright, I'm gonna accuracy your, I guess it really doesn't quite really matter, to be honest. But I'm gonna do your, boy, these double evades are really annoying. But I will do your, let's see, you get 2 shields up front?
Yep.
I will do your, one of your evades. That way you can only spend 1 or so.
I can only spend 1 anyway.
Then I'll do your brace, never mind.
You can never double up on defense tokens.
Okay.
Cancel your double, because Iden can cancel stuff at close range. And I think it's going to be worth it to do this. I'm actually going to burn this, since you're a larger ship than me, to cancel this as well. Take 1 damage on the shield.
Okay.
Then front shot is going to be 2 red, a blue, and then a color of your choice because of Paragon, and you just attack.
I'll take black on that.
Okay. Pretty good.
Problem is, this is stupid evade.
Yep, and Iden.
I would really like to have that. So I'm gonna try with the red. So I think yeah, do roll the red. Oh, wait, I can do. do a blue and black.
Nope, just one color with kicking and shouldering.
I'm sorry, my bad. So I can do the blue. We're going to try the blue and just see if we can do this as well.
Okay, kicking and shouldering. There's an accuracy.
And I will stop to the big.
Okay. Brace to 2. Take one face up. Is shield failure. You choose up to 2 of my hull zones. They lose 1 shield each.
Nice. Alright, so all zones do you have that wood ball? The front is down, correct?
Yep.
So what do you got in your right and left side?
2.
2 on each side, and the back is
1.
1. Okay. I'm going to take your starboard side down 1, or yes, 1, right?
Yep.
And then your rear down 1.
Okay.
I'm doing what you want to do to me. Take your shields now.
Yep, pretty much.
Alright, now our movement. So I'm using the dial to click at the 3 extra, get an extra click there. Come around this side here. Alright, Jaina's light is up next. It's a concentrate fire dial, which I will be using. I have a front and side shot onto his Chimera's shot side, and I'll be taking them. It's a long range.
So what are you doing first?
Okay. Just have to attention.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, we'll do the side shot first, just because, you know.
1 red.
And I
This is obstructed, but it's Jaina's light. He gets to ignore it.
And I Link Tower.
Blank.
Thankfully, Link Tower.
Do you want to concentrate fire on this one?
No.
Okay. Link to laser towers. Blank.
Yeah, glad I didn't. Alright.
Then the front shot. Front to side. This is a clear shot. Accuracy and hit.
So
Then con fire, right?
Yes. Sorry.
And that.
Okay, I will accuracy your. I'll do your salvo. Don't want to take a crit, so I'm going to burn my redirect. 1 off the back, 1 off the side. Forward and back shields are down. Alright, so now moving at speed 2 still. We're going to be turning. We do all the clicks I possibly could, but a nice sharp turn. And I'm now right there.
Okay, we have Vector revealing you navigate and then using Thrawn's squadron command for the fleet to activate squads. Squads are activated. We got Vader and Soot here coming over here to attack Dutch, staying out of range of any escorts, so Big does not give a benefit. But Jan will, so Dutch will be able to use Jan's braces. And then I sent a TIE Advanced over here to this side to lock down the rest of the people in this ball. Luke is still free to move. And then I do have front and side arc clipping the front of Jaina's light in clear line of sight, and it is not obstructed because Jaina's light is only going speed 2. Now I will be using my nav, dial, and entrapment formation, most likely to go up to speed 2, but we shall see. Okay, we are going to start with the advanced. I am going to attack Wedge. These are Wedge's defense tokens. These are Jan's defense tokens. Wedge is definitely within range of Big, so this is just an exercise in futility because I like getting my head against a brick wall. Oh, that's not too bad. 3 damage.
Alright, well, just checking real quick, is there any other generics?
No, the generics are on the other side of the board.
Alright. So, I think it'll do, let me see, 3. I think Biggs will knock it down by 1. Yes,
So I think
another X.
I think you spend your defense tokens first. Yeah, so before you suffer damage, you have to decide what defense tokens you're spending before Biggs does his thing.
Alright, well then he'll spend Wedge himself. Will spend his brace.
So brace to 2. And then Biggs reduce damage by 1.
Yep.
So Wedge will take 1, and then who's Biggs giving the damage to? Give it to himself or to Luke?
I think he's going to give it to Luke, actually.
So Luke will take the passed on damage. Alright, and now for Vader and Soontir teaming up on Dutch. Dutch will get the benefits of these braces from Jan, but I cannot stop the braces because that's not who I'm targeting.
Dutch has his own braces too.
Oh wait, Dutch has his own braces, that's right. These, I don't know what I was thinking of, but you can use Jan if you want.
Yes, I can.
In case you don't want to spend Dutch's. So we'll call those Dutch's braces actually, so I can actually point them out to lock them down. And if Rob wants to use Jan's, we'll just let you know that he's using Jan's. Okay, so here we come in on Dutch Soontir with the opening shots. And I'm not in range. Actually, I wasn't even thinking of this, but let me double check to see if I'm in range of Commander Woldar for my rerolls. So far, I have not been positioning very well. My reroll benefits, no. So just 2 damage on Dutch right now.
Okay, Dutch himself will brace.
Okay, brace to 1. And then Vader on Dutch. Okay, that'll be 2 damage because Vader's crits do count. And that black will stop his green brace.
Bill Jan will use her brace.
Yeah, Jen use her brace. Down to 1. So Dutch only takes 2 damage net. Very good. Okay, and then we have Vector shooting at Jaina's light, front to front, side to front. These are medium range shots. First shot. It's a hit.
We will spend an evade.
It's an accuracy. Next shot. It's a hit.
Again, we'll spend an evade.
Accuracy. So far, your evades have been doing well. Okay, and then using my dial and entrapment formation, speeding up to speed 2, getting an extra click at the 2 from the dial. Do like so.
Alright. Bright Hope has activated as a squadron command. She has picked up the 2 rookies, which one is right there still in battle with the other rookie. And then the other rookie's going after the Gazanti. It's a front shot. Luke has also been activated and going after some tier right there, fell, going after him. He's not within escort range of Vader. So
Yep, and then also a flak at Soontir as well. Okay, starting with rookie on rookie, X-Wing on advanced. Advanced only has 2 health left. 3 damage, he's dead. And you'll then be able to move that X-Wing. We can do that later.
Right.
Because you're no longer locked down. Bombing run.
Yep, let's do the bombing run.
X-Wing on the front of Vector. Is a crit. And I will scatter that.
Okay.
And then Luke on Soontir fell. 3 accuracies and a hit.
Well, okay. I'll spend 2 I'll keep, alright. I will reroll 1 accuracy.
Yep, torn far.
Yep.
Alright, so I take 1 damage on Soontir. Then Soontir will counter back. 1 damage on Luke. And then forgot to do the flak on Soontir. Nothing.
Alright, Bright Hope is now, again, drunken.
Yep.
Over here. She's going to
B2, Ram.
Ram.
So Vector and Bright Hope both take a damage. You don't land on your X-Wings. But Vector and Bright Hope both damage from ramming. Because flotillas do cause damage to each other when they ram. Okay, I actually used my pass token there. And I actually used my pass token a couple activations ago. You guys would have noticed when I went twice in a row. So all my pass tokens are now used up.
Alright, so now we're going to do Dodonna's Pride. Going speed 3. I did have an engineering dial, which I swapped out the token, nav token for engineering token. So I'm just puttering her up here.
Alright, it is now time for Thrawn to unleash the power of the Chimera. It is a navigate dial, combined with his squadron dial from his overall fleet command. Squads I'm activating. Merrick Steele came over, will be attacking, and then Jen will tell him to attack again. And then I got Captain Jonas back here, who will be attacking into the side. And then I have a front to front or front to side, depending on what I want, into Foresight. Then a medium range, side to front, into Jaina's Light. And these are all not obstructed because both Foresight and Jaina's Light are at speed 2. Okay, we will start with Captain Jonas into the side. That side has 1 shield. The front has 1 shield and the back has 1 shield. Rob's port side still has a full 3 shields. And these are the defense tokens for Foresight and Lando. Starting, Captain Jonas. It's a hit, and I will not be greedy. I am within range of Bomber Command, but we're just going to leave that.
Set you to the front.
To the side.
Port, sorry.
Port.
So I will.
You got 1 shield there.
1 shield there, yeah. I will redirect to the back.
Okay. Back shield's down.
Yeah.
Now for Merrick Steele. First attack into the front. Then I'll use Merrick Steele's ability to make that a crit.
Alright, now I'll be using, I believe, Foresight to cancel both of those.
You cannot cancel at close range. You can reroll.
Yes. But let's see, let's see. You want my front?
Yep.
Well, I only have 1 really. I am just going to spend. I'm not going to use the Foresight this time. I'll spend a redirect. I'm going to burn 1 off and have it go towards my starboard hole.
Starboard hole takes 1. And front goes down, or starboard hole takes 2.
2.
Okay, starboard hole is now down to 1 shield. 1 shield on the front and both sides. Colonel Gentleman says, "Hey buddy, do it again, best friend." And Merrick Steele's ability. Crit, crit.
Great again. So burn. Well, you cannot affect it this time with Merrick Steele's ability. So
I just did it.
But I mean, if I evade, make it roll.
Oh yeah. Whenever you spend defense token step, I can never do anything.
Right.
When
So
I spend
I'm gonna
defense
burn the
token
evade.
step. Okay. Reroll both.
Yep. Foresight's ability. Yep.
Hit.
Better than crit. Alright. Oh, I don't know if he's a bomb or not. But anyways.
Use the bomb.
He's a bomb.
But still just hit.
I'll just take it.
So 1 on the shield, 1 face down.
Yep.
Alright, and then we'll just leave it here. See if Chimera can finish it off. 2 health remaining, 1 shield on each side, but Lando has not been used yet. We have 4 red, 4 blue. Coming on in. This is actually not a bad roll. And then I will use Captain Jonas is like, no, aim a little bit to this side. We're spotting for you. Turn that actually, stop your redirect, and now you can choose to use Lando.
Well, I think Lando's a good idea to choose anyways.
Yeah, because that's all you can do. You're dead if you don't.
Right. Oh. Anyway, yeah.
Because you only take, basically if I get 2 damage, you're dead, because you can't redirect.
Right.
So, I'm assuming you want me to reroll everything and hope
Yes,
I get
I
lots
do.
of whiffs.
Yes.
Yep. So,
Answer accuracy.
yep, reroll everything. I need 2 hits, and I did get it.
Yeah.
Although, it was significantly less damage, but
Right.
it still needed, that was kind of like a bridge too far.
Right.
That took my entire fleet to drop Foresight in 1 turn with Lando, but it was worth it. Because I needed to get him off the board. But it's crazy that it took my entire fleet with defenders and bombers and everything to do it. Alright, now onto Janus Light, side shot. 2 blue, 2 red. Janus Light is currently untouched because the evades have been effective so far. Do I want to get greedy here? So I like that. So you can't evade. You can't redirect it, you have to take it on the front. You can make me re-roll anyway. Whether or not if I want to leading shots that red, see if I want to get greedy. Get a hull hit. No, we're just going to leave it as is. 2 damage coming in.
2 damage coming in, alright.
We have 2 shields left on the front. Do you want to burn one of your evades?
Yes, I'll burn evades too, basically, yeah.
Okay, what do you want me to reroll?
The blue and the red, the one to crit. Blue, red, thank you.
You want me to reroll the blank?
No.
You sure? Okay. And it is a double hit. Same difference. Shields on the front are down. Okay, and then Thrawn will order the Chimera full stop using my nav dial and entrapment formation, going from speed 2 down to 0. Reason being, for those of you guys might be wondering why I kept delaying, and moving slow, he is out of range of all shots. So I'm moving down to 0, so no shots this round from Admonition, except for some flacking to my defenders. So the Chimera has now dropped to 0.
Alright, activating Admission. It is a navigation dial. I will be using it. And right now, first I'm going to be flacking out the front. And I got 1 person double arc. That's the one.
Yep. Let's advance this ball all up front, and he's got the double arc. He'll be hitting, hitting it twice.
Alright, well, let's do the double arc guy first in the back there.
Defender. Hit. And now for the front shot. No hit. So that defender takes 1. And we'll just go around the horn.
Yep.
Alright, defender closest to Admonition. 1. Defender moving around counterclockwise. Nothing. Defender in the middle. Nothing. Defender on the far edge, far left of your screen. 1. Get those before I forget. That is down to 1. Not go down to 1, go down by 1.
I like down to 1
These
better.
are super flat shots going on here. Jonas. Nothing. And be advanced. Nothing.
Alright, I'm going to be moving over here. So I swept to 3 and...
Getting a click at the 1.
Click at the 1.
He's instructing all my squads here. We actually discussed this for a while, what Rob should do. He's in a bad spot with this guy. Let's say he slowed down to speed 1. He'd still be in range of medium range of the Chimera for next turn, and I'm first player, and I'm obviously activating Chimera first because he's currently speed 0. So he's still going to get blasted by the full Star Destroyer's hits, while also getting the hits from all the bombers and stuff that are going to be surrounding him, whether he landed on them or not. And I could choose just to stay at speed 0 or just go speed 1 and not get into his black range. So even if he survived that barrage, he wouldn't even have a black dice shot. So, since being at medium range or being at short range makes no difference when it comes to being attacked with evades, I figured it was best for him just to get right in the mess, and in case he survives, he will have a nice double arc on me if I can't get around him, which I don't think I'll be able to. Of course, my goal is to obviously have him not be alive, but that's going to be easier said than done. Even Admonition without Lando is still tough to kill. So we will see if I can make this happen. Oh, actually, hang on. Make sure I do this legally. They have to be touching. Can't double space them. Play legally here, Ben. I'm just showing this live, guys, so you guys can see where I'm placing. It's just defenders going everywhere. Jonas getting right here in the corner, just to keep him optimally, not only in range to do his shenanigans, but also keeping him away from, just in case they are able to break loose and take shots at him, that sort of thing. So set my defenders like so.
Alright, so Quantum Storm. It is a squadron dial. I'll be using it. And I'll be using it to activate Biggs, Jan, and Dutch.
Wedge, unfortunately, was just out of range. But Wedge will still get his shot during the squadron phase. So, in case Biggs and Jan can't take care of this advance. Alright, who do we want to start with? Biggs. Into the pesky advanced. Nothing. And he was out of 4 crits. he was out of torn far range. So Jan,
yeah.
No hits, but Jan is in torn far range. Wow, this is
very accurate.
Yeah, very accurate with a crit. And another crit. And then Dutch. This is a question of Dutch even wants to attack, because he has to attack Vader, but he's also being let down by Suncher, so he'll be taking a damage for his trouble, even if he chooses to go after Vader.
I don't think so now.
Yeah. So it's going to activate, do nothing. Let me measure real quick while we're here. You might have a flak on Suncher, actually. Just out of range of flak on Suncher. So no flak on Suncher, so we'll be back with movement. And actually, I'm going to do this out of order. What's that?
Storm's movement.
Quantum Storm's movement, yes. We're going to do that move here in a sec, but we're going to skip ahead to the squad phase. Just because we're here, and it's just going to be Dutch attacking that advanced. He's the only one left to go. Wedge. I'm getting everybody confused. I hope you guys are thoroughly confused now.
Obviously we are.
I might put confusing things up on the screen right now. Just keep confusing all the new players. So we're going out of order. We're jumping to the squad phase before Quantum Storm moves, so that Wedge can do the attack here. It's just so because I want to be lazy and don't want to worry about doing multiple cuts. There is no attacks from the Exogors. They're not in range of any squads to do attacks, so we don't have to worry about that either. So here's the attack in the squad phase from Wedge. He gets 6 dice because that advance has activated. Can Wedge one-shot this guy? He cannot. That's only 2 damage, and he is outside of torn far range. So the Rebel Aces need to get their act together. They're all disheartened because Lando died. Lando is so charismatic and the life of the party.
Yeah.
They're all traumatized right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll actually do it off camera. Quantum Storm's movement, the Exogors, and the moving of those obstacles that Rob will do, and just show you everything at the start of round 4. Here we are at the start of round 4. So like I said, I skipped a lot of stuff out of order. This next one came over in the squad phase. We saw Wedge's pretty decent whiff. That's where Quantum Storm ended up. Didn't run over anybody. This debris field moved slightly over here. That had an Exogorth. This asteroid belt had an Exogorth and just ran right in front of Iden. And this mission doesn't have any, as you can see, both Exogorths are there. The mission does not have any restrictions on having Exogorths on the same obstacle after deployment is done. There's a restriction at the start, but none afterwards. So now let me go over some of my shenanigans. Thrawn, Squadron Command to the fleet once again, and from Vanto's token he gave me last turn, entrapment formation, keeping that for now, so I can get those free speed changes that have really benefited me, going 0 to 1, 1 to 0, that kind of thing. So the Chimera is currently sitting at station keeping, so no surprise, that will be the first ship to activate Thrawn. See if we can end Admonition, the dangerous torpedo frigates. 1 down, 1 to go. Okay, as promised, starting with Thrawn. It is an engineering. Combining that with my engineering token, get 6, heal my 2 damage cards I had. And then Vanto will tap and then give me an engineering token back. Using Thrawn's squad dial for the fleet, we are activating Captain Jonas, shot into the front, Merrick Steele flying over here. Barely line of sight, shot into the front, Colonel Jendon telling him to do it again. And activating this TIE Advanced to attack Wedge again before he gets killed this round, which I anticipate happening. Then we will have a front to front from the Chimera into Admonition, and then another medium range side to front into Jaina's Light. Okay, we will be starting with the advanced attacking wedge. Those will be wedge tokens. Those will be Jan's tokens, just in case he wants to use those instead of wedges. 3 blues. 2 hits and an accuracy, and I should have checked this before. I might be in World War range now because Pursuant has moved. I am not. Most of my other ones are, but that advance is not. So I'll actually one of your green braces. You have 2. You take 2 damage.
Not braces.
Brace to 1. And then you want to take no damage and give that damage to Biggs.
We're down to 4.
Wedge is down to 4. Biggs has taken none yet.
Yeah, I'll let Biggs take.
Okay, so reduce damage by 1 on Wedge, so Wedge takes nothing, then Biggs has to take a damage because no other X-Wings are in range. Transfer 2. Alright, now for the bombing runs on Admonition. Admonition is untouched, full health everywhere. We will start with Captain Jonas. And we are within my bomber command range, barely. 1 hit, I'll leave it.
Take the front or side.
Front. All shots are going to be onto the front. Okay, shields down to 2. Merrick Steel, first attack. And I'll use his ability to turn that into a crit, so crit, crit.
I will use the evade. I go with, oh, that's right, on foresight.
It's not foresight, you can only do 1.
Foresight. Admonition 1.
Admonition lets you discard a token to cancel a dice.
So I'll make you reroll. That's only 2 crits, it's only 2 damage. I'll have you reroll 1 of them. That's what the base.
Okay, so just 1 damage coming in. So shields down to 1, or unless you want to redirect it.
Yeah.
So not using the redirects. Okay, and then Merrick Steel. Colonel Jennings says, do it again. And he does. We'll then turn that to that.
Okay, I use the other evade, the green one. And I will make you roll the crit.
Hit.
Excuse me. I will use a redirect.
Where's it going?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Actually, you only have 1 hit me on the side, don't you? On the port side.
Well, for now. Yes.
But I'll take it over.
I have a squad command, and I have my Quasar to go, so those 5 defenders can move anywhere they want.
Port side.
Okay. Both damage? Shields down to 1 right now.
I'll take both.
Okay, so shields down to 1 on the front, and on the port side. And now for Chimera. Four red, 4 blue.
Another speed 3. Yes. Speed 3.
You are speed 3, yes, so it is obstructed. I'll take out a blue. And then Captain Jones will say, nope, aim this way. And we lock down both your evades. 5 damage.
Alright, now, that means Admonition comes into play here. So, you may discard a ready defense token to cancel 1 die.
Yep, can only discard the green.
Yep.
Redirect.
To cancel 1 die. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Yeah, it's no front shield again.
Yep. On the front.
My one's gonna 4 that would kill me.
It would kill you if you do nothing.
Right, so we gotta do something. So, if I redirect.
You can only redirect 1 because I have XI7s.
Right, unless I do that one. No, let's do it. You may cancel that, right?
You can burn this to cancel a die.
Yeah. That does 4. She ain't get those 2 accuracies. I need them. Now I guess I have to do this. I gotta burn it and.
Want to cancel them?
I'll cancel the red crit.
Okay. Alright, and here's something I'm not sure about Admonition. We're discarding a ready defense token to cancel 1 attack die.
Yeah.
Since that was a redirect, I don't know if you can spin the other redirect because you can't spin 2 of the same type of defense token. I'm going to pause real quick. When we be back, I'm going to check the FAQ, see if it says something specifically about Admonition, if that discarding is considered a spend. Hey guys, I just wanted to cut in here because this is a point where Rob and I get this ruling incorrect. We both decided that we were going to go with that spending that evade or redirect with Admonition counted as a spend, and therefore, you know, rules-wise, you can't spend 2 of the same type of defense token. However, I went on Star Wars Armada Explained, looked at a video about 2 years ago where he explains Admonition, and then I actually reached out to him on Discord to see if we did this right, and from his interpretation, we did it wrong. The full explanation I'll be posting that he gave me, I'll post in the pinned post. The reason why I want to do this in a voiceover is because this could have potentially affected the end of the game. And again, I want to apologize. I hate when this happens, when we get rules wrong, and where it can actually affect the game and affect y'all's enjoyment value. The reason why it could affect this is that Admonition dies here. If he would have been able to spend that redirect and XI7 1 damage over to his shield and then burn to cancel another damage, he would have lived on 1 wound, and then being allowed to shoot at me with a double arc. Now, of course, if we would have known how to do this properly, I might have chosen deleting shots to try to get more damage out to get up to 6 damage, where it would have ended it no matter what. However, that was not the case. In theory, crafting is very difficult when you try to go back and change the past, etc. I would like to say this. I did some numbers, and it would have been possible if Rob's dice would have been perfect to then be able to drop the Chimera before I could activate it the following turn. And I'm going to go over my reasoning. That's why I'm doing this in a voiceover. And by the way, if you don't care about this, I'll put a timestamp where I'm doing this explanation so you can skip past it. But I felt I wanted to talk about this here. If Rob would have done his side shot first and gotten hit crit on all the black dice and accuracies on both blue dice so he stops my brace and my salvo so I don't kill him with the salvo attack, and then use APTs and then gets a structural, I mean all those stars have to align, that would be 8 damage. 3 of it I can take on shields because I have 3 shields left. 5 goes on my hull. I was full health at the time. Then he could do his front shot, assuming he gets the accuracies, doesn't die from salvo. He gets 2 black, assuming they're both hit crit. Blue dice makes an accuracy, stops my brace again. This time he's getting a salvo back, which most likely will kill him, not guaranteed, but probably will. He then draws the standard crit, and it is also a structural for 5 damage. Assuming he doesn't die from my salvo back, then he has Paragon that can shoot at me from long range with 3 red dice, plus 1 because he is Paragon, and that would then be able to drop the Chimera. And that, yes, would have affected the outcome of the game. But I just wanted to give you that it is possible, if all the stars aligned, if we would have done this correctly, that Rob could have dropped Chimera in this round. So again, I want to apologize profusely for Rob and I getting this wrong. We discussed it for about 10 minutes before I came back on the cut and we continued on, and we came to the conclusion that we were doing it correctly. We did not check Star Wars Explained at the moment. We just checked the FAQ and tried to do the reasoning through the rulebook. So I apologize again. So anyway, just wanted to give that full explanation in a voiceover here, because there's no way I'd be able to write all this out in a dissertation on the subtitles, etc. So I continue to endeavor always to try to have a rules mistake-free games, but sometimes it just happens to where it doesn't. And again, I apologize, and I hope it doesn't ruin their enjoyment of the rest of the match. Obviously, if all the stars aligned and everything was absolutely perfect for his next 3 attacks, and he was able to drop Chimera, you would notice that obviously would change the outcome of the game. But beyond that, I think on average dice rolls, Chimera still lives and the outcome still stays the same, although it's a much closer game. So anyway, that's it for my overlapping preamble here, and we'll get back to the match, and there we have it. Okay, so I did check the Living Rules reference, and I did not look like, I didn't go to any videos or forums, just and from what we can tell, it's still considered a spend, Admonition's ability. So since he did discard that redirect to cancel a dice, he can't spend the other redirect to redirect 1 damage. So that's what we're going to go with. Let us know if we're wrong with that. But the rule where you cannot spend more than 1 type of defense token would apply here, we think, based on reading through the FAQs and the Living Rules reference. It wouldn't make any difference either way. Let's say if he decided to instead spend it like a normal redirect, he can only redirect 1 damage anyway, because max size 7, so it would be the same difference as discarding it or just spending it as a normal effect. So anyway, the final result is he is taking 4 damage to the front. He has 1 shield there, so he's going to take 3 damage, first one face up. So first one face up. Triggering disruption while attacking, you cannot resolve critical effects. It's really not going to matter. I'm going to ram and kill you.
But still.
Yeah, that is kind of, with your assault protons, that is kind of insulting. And then we now do the side shot into Jaina's Light, who has no shields on the front, shields everywhere else, and no actual damage cards yet. And Jaina's Light still going only speed 2, so no obstruction here. 2 red, 2 blue. That I think is exactly what I need. I don't think I'm going to kill you, but I'm still going to do something. Stopping your evade, 3 damage.
Okay, you're going to redirect?
Yep, so you can redirect 1. Where do you want that 1 going?
Redirect 1.
Yeah, XI7 is kind of
redirect to the starboard side.
Starboard side, so. Alright, and then Jaina's Light takes 2 damage, first one face up. Capacitor failure. If a hull zone has no remaining shields, you cannot raise those shields, and if a hull zone is defending, you can't spend redirect tokens if it has no shields.
Yeah.
So that's pretty brutal. Okay, and then using take evasive action to speed up to 1 from speed 0, you both take a damage and Admonition is destroyed. Now I do recognize this could be huge if we did get that interaction wrong. Admonition would not be destroyed here, he would still be live on 1 health. But Rob and I are pretty sure when we were looking through that is how that interaction worked. So
it made sense to us, and that's our way of playing it.
Yeah, but let us know, because that is an interesting interaction, but we think it's still considered a spend when you discard with Admonition, and the rules are clear that you cannot spend the same type of defense token in the same attack sequence.
Okay, we're activating Cracken. It is a navigate dial, which I'll probably be using. But first, I am shooting out my side arc into the rear of Iden, and then my front arc into the rear of the Quasar.
Alright, starting with the side shot into Iden. It is going to be 3 reds and a blue. Iden has no shields on the back. 1 damage taken, so 3 health. I can't redirect any of this. It's going to be pure If Rob gets the accuracies he needs to stop my evade and get enough damage to blast through and take her out. You did get an accuracy. That's key and bad for me. Okay.
Well, I believe turbo laser so I can roll that line.
Okay. 3 damage. And I'm currently, even though I only have 3 health left, I do have a brace, so I can brace that down to 2. But if it's a structural, I'm dead. So it's gonna be close.
I did get a crit. Okay.
You got 2 crits.
I don't think so.
You could Cracken and reroll all your reds again to see if you can get more. But that could be risky.
But those crits are probably what I'll need.
Yeah. And you definitely want to stop my, if you don't stop my evade, you stop my brace, I just cancel both crits. So.
Yeah, I stop your evade, basically, yeah.
Yep. Stop my evade. I will then brace. 2. First one face up. If it's structural, it is not. It is shield failure. That's actually what I got last time. You can choose 2 hull zones or reduce all I have.
I think you only have 1, right?
No, I had 2.
You do, okay.
All shields are down except port shields are now down to 1, and I have 1 health remaining. Iden is alive, barely. Now for a long range shot into the back of the pursuant. 2 hits.
Do I want to get greedy? You have 2 shields on the back?
1 shield on the back.
1 shield on the back. Yep, then I get greedy. I can do a kick and chillin' and try to get some greedy.
Both. Alright.
Yep.
Getting greedy. 2 hits.
Oh,
So,
same as before.
Same as before. I will brace and redirect, and I will take it on my port side.
Okay, now Cracken's moving. I'm going to take the extra click at the 2, and we come right around here, and we're going to look behind both the ships.
Okay, we are going with Pursuant. It is an engineering. I'm going to use that the 2 engineering I get. Don't need the token.
The branch of science and technology concerned with the design, building, and use of engines, machines, and structures.
So our AI overlords are observing us. And so anyway, raise the shield by 1 from the damage I had, keeping my token. And then the Thrawn squad dial will be all my defenders. First one going here, barely within Woldar range, attacking wedge. The other 4, this is going to be important for me to do it 1 at a time, so I'll just describe best as I can where they're going. I'll take a picture of their starting state and then show you obviously when we're done where they ended up. Front to front into Jaina's Light. This is important because Jaina's Light cannot use its redirect now because there's no shields here and because of the crit it currently has. I do have a side to rear shot into Paragon. I'm not doing that because he's speed 3, so be obstructed be 1 dice. And he has reactive gunnery, so he could just salvo back at me with 3 dice. So that is where a salvo is a good deterrent. It is worthless for me to make that shot. Okay, starting with first defender. With flight controllers, we get 3 blue, 2 black, and Woldar range for a reroll. Attacking wedge. Wedge is right here. He is within range of Jan and Biggs for damage reduction. Okay. And then I will Commander Woldar reroll this one. Okay. This does nothing. I'll actually your green brace. 3 damage.
Okay. Jan will take the smaller damage.
So brace, so 2 damage.
And then Biggs will cast it off on.
He'd have to pass it to himself. No other X-Wings are in
So,
range.
yeah.
So Wedge will take a damage and Biggs will take a damage.
Yep.
Do that. Okay, so they're both down to 3. Okay, sending in another defender. Going after Wedge and within Woldar range. 3 blue, 2 black. Does nothing. Does nothing. Commander Woldar. 2 damage, block your green brace. you guys know, Wedge and Biggs both have 3 health left.
Mm-hmm. Jan again will
Brace to 1.
Yeah. And then Biggs will take that one.
Okay, so no damage on Wedge, but 1 damage on Biggs.
Mm-hmm.
Third TIE Defender coming in, but this time not in Moldar range. I would have to take an obstructed shot if I want to be in Moldar range, and I'm fine with just doing full dice right now. 3 blue, 3 black. No accuracies, 3 damage.
Alright, well, Wedge will use his brace this time.
Brace to 2.
And he has 3 currently, correct?
3 currently.
And
Wedge has 2 remaining.
Biggs.
Or Biggs has 2 remaining. If you do the Biggs thing, Wedge will go down to 2, Biggs will go down to 1.
Yep. But I think I'll do that because I need. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Wedge down to 2, Biggs down to 1. Fourth Defender coming in. This will be on the opposite side of the asteroid belt or asteroid field, so that I can. Actually, I don't have to do that. I can just get in it and then lip over it. So getting in the asteroid field to lip over it, so I can also still be within Moldar range. Still going after Wedge. 2 health left on Wedge. 1 health left on Biggs. I think I got you. 3 damage. Doesn't matter if you brace or not. I will Woldar, just in case you decide to try to sacrifice Biggs. I did not get it, so but my actually does nothing. So 3 damage.
Well, Biggs will burn his not Biggs, sorry.
Wedge.
Wedge. Now you got me doing it.
Yep, yep. So 2 damage.
Damage.
That's still gonna kill Wedge unless you kill Biggs.
And yeah, Biggs will bite the bullet for Wedge.
Okay, so Biggs dies, Wedge goes down to 1. Biggs does what he's supposed to do, and that's just get shot and killed. Instead of Wedge. Wedge was a punk. He flew away and ran away. Alright, and then last Defender, we're going to bring in, coming in behind Wedge to sit right next to Jan and Dutch, and see if we can't drop Wedge. 5 Defenders to drop a Wedge that only had 4 health remaining, but it's a big ball, that's what you gotta do. I just need 1 damage. And I did. Wedge then also goes down. Okay, and then we now have the Pursuant, front to front, into Jaina's Light. Only 2 health left on Jaina's Light. That will be a hit and a crit. I'll lock down the evade. Redirect does not work because you have no shields and because of your critical effect. Pass your failure. So that'll be it for Jaina's Light. Okay, and then Pursuant is speeding up to speed 2 with take evasive action and just going straight. Like so.
Up next is Quantum Storm. I'll be activating Luke.
Say Squadron Command.
I'm sorry, Squadron Command. And it'll be Luke.
Going after Suntir.
It'll be Jan, most likely going after the one right next to her.
Actually, she has to attack the advanced escort.
Okay, she'll be attacking the advanced escort. And Dutch, we're going to see how it goes with him.
Yeah, if Suntir dies, then Dutch might attack. If not, he might grab one of these other X-Wings on the left here. And then he also has plenty of flak options. Alright, we got Suntir. We got Luke. Luke, going into Suntir. Luke has 3 health remaining. Suntir has 2 health remaining. Got an accuracy. 2 hits and a crit, and Yarn Torn far range. 2 accuracies. That kills Suntir.
Yep.
Counter back. 1 damage.
Well,
I am in Woldar range. See if I can force you to spend a grace. Nope. So 1 damage, Luke has to take it. But Suntir goes down. Nicely done. Nicely done, Luke. Alright, and Jan has to attack the advanced that's in that scrum.
Mm-hmm.
So, attacking the advanced. That advanced has 3 health remaining. 1 damage. Torn far. 2 damage. That advanced has 1 health remaining. Alright, then Dutch can either attack Vader or the advanced with 1 health remaining.
I thought he had touched Vader, regardless of his advanced escort.
Yes.
Okay, then he will attack.
That's why you had to attack him instead of the defenders.
So we'll attack the advanced.
Yep, see if we can't get a kill. Advance goes down. So, plenty of flak options, as you guys can see on the screen there. Where do you want to flak?
Well, Vader's one.
Let's do that real quick. That's the only one out the side. So Vader, does Vader take a damage? He does. Vader goes down to 4.
Alright. Well, in fact, the next closest one, which would probably be like Jam, that'd be it.
Alright, so then you just want to flak out the side?
Yeah, I was about to see who can we reach first, because we have black guys. So that's a problem, and I can't get the guy in the asteroid belt.
Yeah, well, depends on the angle. Yeah, no, that is obstructed. Yeah, I guess it's not a lot of flak options.
No.
So the defender that's next to Jan, out the left side, takes a damage.
Alright, moving to speed 2. The best I can do without ramming into percent and dying is to land on the asteroid belt.
Take it face up.
Take it face up, and let's see what it is.
Let's see, first real quick, did not hit Dutch.
Did not get touched by it, all of his other...
He hit 3 defenders.
Empire stuff.
We're going to be moving them over here to get in position for later turns. Just to keep being in people's way. That's what they like to do. Boom. Boom. And where's my other one? And boom. Alright, now let's hope it's not structural, because he already has a damage from ramming earlier in the game. Duster Fissure, when you change your speed, you suffer damage. So, not dead yet. 1 health left. Not dead yet. Okay, Vector. It is an engineering, using the token to get rid of its damage card, then using Thrawn squad dial. The only squad left for him to activate is Vader, and Vader is moving forward to take out his son. There will be no chances to join him this time. We're just going to get rid of this right now. And then as far as whether I take a pot shot at something or do some flacking, I'll see how this goes. Alright, so unfortunately Luke only has 2 health left. All I need is 3 damage, and then because the brace would not help at that point. 3 blue and a black. Vader killing his own son. And he does with 4 damage. Because crits do count for Vader. Then for attacks, hot shot attack in the bright. No, because he can just cancel damage. Flak out the front into your 2 X-wings. Yes. So X-wing directly in front. 1. X-wing behind. 1. And I'm not in Dutch range, so just those 2 X-wings take some damage. Okay, and then using take evasive action to speed up to speed 3. Getting out of dodge. I was debating of ramming Bright Hump just because it would be funny, but I remember Dodonna's Pride is there, and I do not want Dodonna's Pride getting through crits, although you might still be able to do it out the side. We'll see.
Alright, up to Dodonna's Pride. Dodonna's Pride is within range. I'm sorry, it is a navigate dial. As if you guys didn't notice that, yeah. I'm going to be probably using the dial. But Dodonna's side arc is within range of that pesky Gazanti that was going to ram Bright Hope. How dare it.
Okay, we got 2 blue, medium range, side to rear. 2 hits.
Torn far is nearby.
She is.
So I will reroll 1, see if I can get one of the blues.
2 hits. Scatter.
Okay, Dodonna's Pride moving. As you see, I took a click over there to 2, and then I'm moving over here to 3. And I'm right up there. Hopefully I get some more Dodonna Pride.
Okay, there's Iden Versio in the Corvus. A navigate and using entrapment and formation to jump up from 1 to speed 3. Getting the extra click at the 1 from the dial. Coming up over here, avoiding these space worms that are desperate to have a raider meal, but we shall deny them.
Alright, Bright Hope is up. It's a squadron dial. And we're activating the three X-Wings that are left. Two of them, as you can see at the screen, close to the screen to you, are going towards the defenders, and they're basically going to try to lock them down. One is locking one down.
These two, they're locking these two down.
If we can get rid of Vader.
You're locking them down no matter what. He's attacking this defender.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is going to attempt to assist Vader with here. He's going to need two. Vader's got 4 health left, and 2 X-Wings with a Torn Far, reroll, and flak. Potentially might be able to drop. Which attack do we want to do first?
Let's do lone one out there against Vader. One way in the back.
Yeah, the one on the left, into Vader. 4 blues. 2 accuracies, 1 hit. Torn Far.
Yep, torn far.
Perfect roll. Vader goes down to 2 health. And the other X-Wing do the exact same thing. Drop him. 1 damage. Torn Far. 2 damage, brace to 1. Can the flak do it?
Come on, flak.
The first has attacked the defender. 5 health left on this defender. 2 damage, torn. 3 damage. That defender goes down to 2 health. And then the flak can break. Oh, drop Vader. Flak guns. Blank. It's like, no! I thought you were going to do it there.
I did that for the first hit, yeah.
Hey, using nav token, slow down to 1. So not to disrupt the X-Wings that just got into position. Alright, and that is it, actually. There is no squadron phase. All squads have been activated, and the Exogorths have nothing to nom-nom on, because they only do attacks against squads, not against ships. So we will take the Exogorths off, move that asteroid, Rob will place them, and then we will be back. Start of round 5. Okay, we are at the start of round 5. The final Thrawn command going out to the fleet did his squadrons, and then Chimera has shifted to intensify firepower and activated with the concentrate fire. Things are not looking too good for the rebellion. Cracken is coming up into the aft of the Chimera, but will it be enough to bring down the mighty warship? It does appear that Iden and Corvus will escape unscathed. Well, not unscathed, but alive. They are fully scathed, heavy damage. And the defenders, the fighters, designed by Thrawn himself, are doing the business and continuing to do so. Okay, we are going to start with Thrawn on the Chimera. It is an engineering, and using the token to give myself 6 engineering points. I'll be using 2 of those points to move 2 shields from my front, to raise 2 shields in the back, and using 4 of those points to raise 2 shields on my port side. And then using the Thrawn Fleet Command dial for the Squadron Command, we are grabbing 4 squads. We have Colonel Jendon hiding back here, in range of Merrick Steel, so we can attack twice on the Dawn of Pride. Captain Jonas, and then a defender coming over that was not locked down to do an attack as well. And then we've got a long range obstructed, only be 1 red dice into Dodonna's Pride. Just try to get Rob to burn or spend and evade, we'll see. And then close range, front to side, into Quantum Storm that only has 2 health left. Just need to see if I can get an accuracy, and with leading shots, so I have plenty of opportunity to try to drop the Quantum Storm. Okay, we'll be starting with the shots coming in on Dodonna's Pride, and Dodonna's Pride does have point defense iron cannons, so after I do all my modifications, Rob gets to do his modifications with making me reroll 1 of my dice. So to start us off is Captain Jonas, and he is barely in range of Bomber Command Center. Hit crit.
I will make you reroll that.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. Hit.
These hits better.
That'd be nice. Back in the hit crit.
And it's in the front, right?
Onto the front. Yep. All these shots will be going on the front. Yep, Dodonna's Pride is untouched. Yeah, 2 shields everywhere except the back.
I'm gonna have to take it there.
Okay, shields down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
TIE Defender, who is also barely in range of Bomber Command. 1 hit. I'll keep it as a hit. I don't want to risk. So.
Sure. Come on.
Now, do you want me to re-roll it?
You roll it, and I roll it.
I'm not re-rolling it. I'm asking, do you want me to re-roll it?
Yes, I do want to re-roll it.
Okay. Give me the crit. It's a crit.
Now, do you want to roll it if you are so?
I can't. It's spend defense token instead.
I use an evade.
Evade to re-roll again.
Yep.
Back to a crit. You got 1 shield there. So it's not going to be a crit, it's just the damage.
Yep, yep.
Do you want to spend your evade to move it?
What else you got coming in there?
Merrick Steel with his double attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove it. I have a feeling that's probably the best idea.
Okay. Which shield are you moving it to?
I am gonna move it to the let's say, what is that, the starboard side?
Starboard side, okay. Front shields and starboard shields down to 1. Now for Merrick Steel's double attack, the dynamic duo. Colonel Jended, Merrick Steel. First attack. I will then Merrick this to this.
My defense will re-roll the crit.
Crit. 2 hits.
2 hits. Burn the evade.
Nope, it is close range.
And it's fighters anyway.
Yep.
I will burn the burn evade, the one that's already been spent.
You gonna burn this?
Yeah, I'm gonna make.
Which one you want me to reroll?
So that I.
So Merrick Steel again, and then 1 red from the Chimera.
One right for the card. Okay. Reroll all you lose, but I'm really have to both come down. So.
Still a hit.
Of course, it's meant to be. All right. Well, we take it.
So not doing the redirect.
Nope.
Okay, so shields down and 1 face down. And then Colonel Jen says, Merrick, I love what you do. Do it again. Even you do his ability. Crit, crit.
Oh, point defense, another crits, of course.
Yep. Point defense. Hit.
Ah, not any better. Alright, let's see. I guess an evade to try to fail the crit.
Still a crit.
Of course it is. So I will do the shields, redirect with a burn them, unfortunately.
If you send them both to the port, you'll take no damage.
Yep.
Port shields are now down.
Yep.
Then we will start with Chimera's 1 red dice long range shot.
These are structural shots?
No. They're squads.
That's right. Never mind. What about?
I'll leave it. 1 crit.
Defense.
Point defense is close range only.
Right, so that's what I did. I gotta burn the evade.
No damage, but no more defense tokens.
Right.
And now for the attack into the side of Quantum Storm. Quantum Storm is at speed 2, so not obstructed. So 4 blue, 4 red. I need 1 accuracy and 2 damage. 2 accuracies actually to seal it. You guys have an evade. I got it. 2 accuracies and a whole lot of damage. As this was definitely an ending of Rogue One recreation when that GR-75 got obliterated by Vader. Going speed 1 with no way to adjust at the moment, so just moving forward straight.
Alright. Dodonna's Pride is up next. It has double arc, the Quasar, and the side right there, as you'll see. So we're going to see if we can pull some shenanigans. And I've also used an engineering token to move 1 shield from my path section to my port section. Just in case something crazy happens. And
What's the command?
the command, I'm sorry, it was a navigation.
Starting with the front, just 3 blues. Pursuant is untouched because I was able to heal the 1 damage it had on the shield.
And turn forward.
Yep, Torn Far is in range. 3 crit, or 3 accuracies.
3 accuracy. Reroll 1, please.
Torn Far. Wow. So this is just insulting.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what you did to the dice gods,
I
but
don't know. Hey Robbie, if you're watching this,
you need to give
please
him some.
tell me the ritual
Yeah.
you're using.
Yeah. Comment in the comments below there, Robbie, or just give Rob a text in chat on
Yeah.
Facebook and tell him
Something.
what sacrifices he has to do.
What do I have to go buy? But okay, so 2 inside.
Hit.
Hit. I'll reroll 1. Try to get that crit. I need to get a crit.
Hit.
Hit. Well, it's meant to be.
And it's meant to be. Brace, redirect to the front.
All right. So Dodonna is now with a navigation dial sped up to 4. We did as many clicks as we can to keep him on the board and out of the way of Cracken.
And I'm trying to get.
within save.
Yeah.
Save.
Got an extra click at the 1 and also getting out of the side arc of Chimera for next round. Only in the rear, and it'll just depend on ranges. So just trying to keep him safe. So it doesn't. Okay, going with Vector. It is a navigate, and then using Thrawn's squad dial, just grabbing Vader. He is going to be attacking this X-Wing that's full health. And then I'll be double arc flacking that X-Wing. I am within Commander Woldar range. The goal is to drop this X-Wing and then get Vader out of dodge on only 1 health so that he can stay alive. And even if I don't kill that X-Wing, even though that's ideal, I can still move Vader, even though he's also locked down technically by these X-Wings because of Cheer Now. So I can move him. So Cheer Now lets me move, but I have a printed value of speed 2 now, but Vector lets me increase my speed by 1, so I can actually still move speed 3 to get Vader away. Alright, Vader attacking one of these rookie X-Wing pilots. Vader's going to show them how it's done. And he does pretty good. 3 damage, we'll Commander Woldar. This one. 4 damage, and then 2 flat chances to kill the X-Wing. First chance. Got him. X-Wing goes down, and then I'll be moving Vader. Okay, so moving Vader. Like so. Just getting him out of the fight as best he can. Not being... He is still going to get 1 flat from Bright Hope. So Bright Hope, Torn Far, could hot shot him and take him out. Consolation prize for the Drunken Party Bus. And then with my nav, I'm going to slow down to speed 2 and turn with Vector. Like so. Getting an extra click at the 1 from my nav dial.
Okay, it's up to Cracken now. He has a navigation dial. And what we're going to be doing is a double arc right to the back of Thrawn.
Starting with the side shot, 3 red and a blue. Just to give you an update on Thrawn's status. The Chimera has taken 1 damage. There are now 2 shields in the back, 1 shield on the starboard, 2 shields on the port. Not a bad roll at all.
No. Actually, I don't think it works. Don't really roll. I think so. I think I'm gonna leave it as is.
Okay, so that's going to be 5 damage, brace to 3, redirecting, and salvoing. So, let me get my damage first. That's technically that first. So I need to redirect 3 of it, and I'll be taking, disperse it all around with my advanced projectors. 1 on the back, and 1 on both sides. So I still have a shield on the back and on my port. Salvo back to your side. Fairgun is untouched, so this is just some cheap shot plant damage. And I will intensify firepower. To that.
Alright, I will. Well, what let's see. I don't want to do this. It's probably the last turn. I'm gonna brace. No, actually, brace it down to what?
2.
Yeah, I'm going to use the shields.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to the rear. It's only 2, I think.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Actually, you have only. Actually, I forgot you did.
No, that's right.
You ran over.
Yeah.
So 1 on the back.
Yep.
And 1 on the side.
Yep.
You can only send 1 to the back anyway, because I have XX7s.
Well, that's true.
Alright, so now for front check. 2 reds, a blue, and what do you want to add with Paragon?
I will add another blue and make sure I get stuff down there.
Okay, 2 reds, 2 blues. Kind of mediocre.
I'm going to use the, let's see. Do I want to do that? I think I'll use Kick and Show 'em to reroll the blues. Okay, and then I will use my turbo lasers to reroll that blank red.
Still blank, unfortunately.
I think you're.
Yeah.
Oh, don't I get one with also? Or use Paragon. Correct.
That's why you have 2 blues instead
That's
of
all
1.
that.
Yeah.
Sure. Making sure. Alright, so then I will stop his salvo. Yeah, stop his salvo.
Okay, I'll just take it. 1 on the shield, 1 face down.
Alright, Cracken is now moving forward, going speed 3 still. Right behind the pursuant. And he's a much better driver than most of the other rebels in my fleet.
Yeah, barely not ramming. Did run over Jendon. I'm just going to keep him here. Next to Merrick. But double arc the Pursuant for next round. Okay, so it's Pursuant. It is going to be Navigate. And I will go ahead and probably use it. It's not what I was wanting, but then using Thrawn's squad dial. I've got my 4 defenders here. They will all be activating and they will all just be attacking the scrum. And then Pursuant is going to be taking a front to front on Bright Hope. Might be exercising futility, but maybe it can get a single damage perhaps. We'll see what happens. That might even be close, but doesn't matter. Evades work the same at medium and close. And then I do have a rear shot, but it is obstructed, so no shot. So that'll just be it. So activating all my defenders and then doing the shot front to front into Bright. Okay, starting with the squads. They are all within Commander Woldar reroll range. And speaking like I'm a FUD there. Commander Woldar reroll.
Something like that.
I do have flight controller, so I'm getting 3 blue, 2 black on all of my defenders. We've got Bright Hope, we've got Dutch, we've got Jan. Jan is only in range of Dutch to give her benefit, just in case Dutch needs double defense potential. Dutch is currently on 4 health remaining. Jan is full health. Both of those X-Wings are down to 4 each. We will start, as you guys are looking on the screen, the defender to the far right attacking the X-Wing to the far right. So, 4 health remaining on that X-Wing. Pretty good. 3 damage. And then Commander Woldar. Not dead. I think I'm going to get greedy here. I am going to go ahead and attack the next defender as you're going down the line, attacking the X-Wing that's next to the one that just got down to 1 health. This X-Wing is on 4. That X-Wing goes down. And then I think I'm actually going to attack Jan so that she can't help Dutch in round 6. So first, defender, the one we're just going around the horn here. And then Woldar, 3 damage.
Brace it.
Yep, brace to 2. Then I just need to get 3 damage again to do the same. Actually, that is 4 damage. So Jan does go down. And now we are then going into Bright Hope, front to front. Actually, that's not too bad. Stop your scatter.
Okay. Well, I evade and we'll make you. We'll go with
One.
one.
Unless you want to burn it.
Well, actually, yeah, burning it probably a good idea right now.
Okay. Still a hit crit, but right hook gets rid of that, so 1 damage on the shield. Okay, using my napped out, go to speed 3, getting extra click up to 1. And just so you guys know, this defender, then I moved from here to here, because with Jan dead, it freed him up to move after his attack. His Dutch is heavy and can't lock people down. Like so.
Alright, right hook's up, and it's a squadron dial, which I will definitely be using. I'll be activating the X-Wing and the Y-Wing, well Dutch, and I will be also flacking out the Darth Vader to the 3 guys that are on the side, yep, right there.
Okay, X-Wing to the defender. Defender has 2 health remaining. Can this rookie take out a defender? He can, without even torn far us up. Then Dutch to a defender. Which one do you want? There's a defender on 5 health.
What's the other one?
6.
Well, let's go for the 5 at least.
Okay. This is the defender on the far back left, you guys see on your screen there. And torn far, only 1 hit so far. 2 hits, so that defender goes down to 3. And we got some flacking. So first, you want to do Vader down?
Yeah, let's do Vader first.
Can Vader die? Need 1 damage. He did. Torn got Vader. Then we got the defender that's right next to Torn. Nothing. And then the defender in the asteroid belt, but on the sides where it's clear. Nothing. But got the one that mattered.
Yep.
Vader goes down. Consolation prizes for the
That's
Drunken
right,
Party
moral
Bus.
victory, there it is.
Alright, Drunken Party Bus. Has no fear. Turning right into Chimera. Banzai!
Drink up that vodka, the tequila,
Yeah.
the rum, whatever we can get. Drink it up.
Put the X-Wing right here. Okay, Iden is in engineering, using the token she has to heal a damage card to have 2 health remaining instead of 3. And then staying at speed 3, like so. Alright, and that is everything. Exogorths, again, no chomp chomps. And I'm guessing I'll just keep moving this like something like that. Just put it back on.
Well, actually, I was thinking about putting them on, one of them at least, on the other asteroid by your defender.
It desperately wants to chomp
It's trying
chomp.
to keep chopping on items, so.
Alright, so we'll be back at the start of round 6. Alright, start of round 6. No more Thrawn dials. I did switch to take evasive action for my final fleet command and activated it. Commander Woldar doing his job with the fleet commands. Basically now it is, I mean, it's pretty obvious it is going to be a victory for Thrawn, but now we'll just see how conclusive it can be for Thrawn. And potentially, I don't know if it's mathematically possible, but it might be possible with the red dice, to where, because Thrawn has 9 health left, only 1 shield, to where a Cracken could maybe get him within danger range. We shall see. Okay, I am activating Pursuant. It is an engineering, and I'm going to use the Pursuant title to turn it into a squadron. And it is in range to grab all squads on the table. So I will move the squads where they're going. We're going to be doing some bombing runs. And then I will tell you, and then I'll take a picture of where the bombing runs are taking. Okay, I am sending my primary bomber group after Cracken. See if I can get lucky, because I realize that his back shields are down to 0. And assault frigates, although they're really good, they are still only a medium ship, only 6 health. So we'll see if I can get lucky, because I have a lot of bomber potential and still have Chimera side shots potentially. I do get 5 activations, so one of them, so I brought over Merrick Steele, Jen to do the double hit, a defender, and Captain Jonas. And then one of the defenders, you can see in the distance on the screen you're looking at here, it's kind of hard to see, one of the defenders is being activated to attack Dutch. Still has all his braces and is down to 4 health. And we're going to do that attack first. So 3 blue, 2 black, and this defender is within Woldar range. Wow, so 2 accuracies, 3 hits. That's the best I could hope for. Dutch is alive on 1 health. Okay, so now for the shots into the back. Just so you know, there's no damage currently on the Paragon, and full shields everywhere else. We are going to start. Captain Jonas. There's a blank, and I'm not within bomber command range. Defender. There's a crit.
I'll make you roll that with
There's still a crit.
Seriously?
I don't know.
I don't know. You need to go to the casinos, man. Jeez.
Right?
Okay. Well, there's not much I can do. I can't shield. I can't direct. Right?
Yeah, you have full shields everywhere else.
Alright, so I'll redirect my shields. I'll take them off my port side and...
It's just 1 damage.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Yep, so 1 damage off the port side. Now for Merrick Steele doing his thing that everyone that isn't Imperials hate, but Imperials love. Hit, and then turn one of those into a crit.
Okay, I will, well, I'm going to brace it.
Okay.
And then I will...
If you don't burn something, you're taking a face up.
Let's see. It's gonna have to be... Gotta come in again. It's gonna have to be the evade.
Well, before you brace, then do the evade first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So.
Alright, so evade first.
What are we rolling? The crit, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. To hit.
Okay, then the brace.
Okay, and then just take 1 face down.
Yep.
Okay. And then get to do it again. Merrick Steele. And we will actually Merrick Steele this to a crit and lock down your redirect, so you have to take a face up.
Yep, I have to. That's what I'm going to do.
Structural damage. Oh, man.
Of course, the one you've been working on.
So 3 health remaining on the Paragon. Oh, and then 1 flak out the back of the Pursuant into Dutch, who has 1 health remaining. Accuracy. Reroll. Dutch lives. Pursuant's going speed 3. I'm going to get an extra click at the 3 and take evasive action. Just to bring it all the way around. Just kind of eyeballing it there for final position for the Quasar.
Okay, activating Bright Hope. And Bright Hope has a squadron dial, which I'll be using to activate Dutch and this X-Wing, as you can see, is flying towards the Chimera.
To get an attack on it so that we can activate Paragon.
Right.
And Dutch is going to try to kill this defender that only has 3 health left. That has activated, so you can use a crit effect to do a damage. Alright, starting with Dutch. Trying to take out the defender with 3 health. 1 damage, and the crit for damage you need 1 more, so Torn Far. Unfortunately, no. Defender lives on 1. Come on, Dice guys, give him something. Give him something. Alright, so now the X-Wing into the front. I'm pretty sure it just needs to be attacked. Don't have to do any damage. Yep, just need to be attacked.
Yeah.
X-Wing coming in. 1 damage. I will, I'll just take it face down. And then I will, because I only have 1 shield on my port side, I want to save that for the Paragon attack. We'll salvo. Double black. My flat guns. And X-Wing is dead. Black. This defender here, 1 damage. This defender here, 1 damage. And then the Dragon Party boss
Just keeps
on going. They have no fear. Okay, going with Grand Admiral Thrawn. It is a navigate. I will be using that to speed up to speed 2 when the time comes. But right now, I'm going for broke. See if I can get lucky and take out Cracken. Rear and side into the side. Cracken has 3 health remaining, but he still has full shields on the starboard, full shields on the front. But it is mathematically possible, but I have to roll almost perfect to get what I need to have happen. Okay, starting with rear shot. 2 blue and a red.
Just don't whip.
Thank you. I did not whiff.
Yes.
Now, I did not get exactly what I wanted. I do need to stop your brace, so Jonas, our lasing guy, lasing in space. No brace.
So I'll use my shield. I'm about to burn the shields.
Okay, so one goes to the front, one on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Because XI7 is only one.
Right.
Alright, and then side shot, 2 blue, 2 red. That is not what I want. I will keep that, I think. That's not what I wanted. I am going to leading shots because it's not going to make a difference. See if I can get lucky on this. I'm not going to get you. Yep, 3 damage you have to take. You'll take 1 face down. 2 health left. Okay, I am going to speed up to speed 2. See if I can't avoid landing on Exogorths. I don't want to land on him though. If I land on my own defender, he's already activated and been attacked, that's fine. I might still be hitting this Exogorth if that's okay if I do. I do, so if I take a damage, I'll just take it on my shield that I have remaining. I'm missing an asteroid field. Where do you want this defender that has already gone?
Put it over here by Iden on the side of here.
Okay.
Alright, here goes Cracken on the return fire. Well, turning fire, friends. Alright, it's a navigate again. Probably using it, probably get out of dodge at this point. Not that it matters, the rest round. But, okay. So we have a side shot onto his rear, it looks like, or side.
Yep, to the rear.
Go rear. And it's a medium range shot. So we'll be taking that. We'll be firing upon him.
And flagging out the back. A dedicated flag on this TIE defender with his link turbo laser towers.
Right.
Because he is, just like you know why, just for consolation, he is double arcing it with Dodonna's Pride. See if they can get enough to drop a defender. Because he doesn't have defense tokens over here. Alright, we're going to do the flak first. Double blue, double black. On the defender. Oh. The dice flipped over and then flipped back.
Nah, figures.
Only 2 damage, and yeah. I'm sure you sure don't want to waste your cake in on that.
No, I did not want to waste my cake on that.
Yeah.
We'll let you have some cake here, okay? So.
Yes. Alright, now side shot. 3 red and a blue, and get to add a Paragon dice because of the X-Wing that sacrifices stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What are we adding?
Oh, sorry. Let's see. 3 red and 3 blue. We're going to add. You have no shields and all that.
No shields. My evade is, or my redirect is worthless.
Right.
I have 9 health remaining.
We're going to throw in a black just for
I'm in the black.
to get a crit.
And that's actually not a terrible roll. So we got so far.
Well, I think that I will have keep children just re-rolled up blank black. Probably a done right here, actually. But I'm gonna do that. I might be doing this wrong and correct me later.
Okay, Ken, roll in the black. Blank. Story of the game.
Alright.
What are you locking down?
Locking down your.
Assuming you don't want to do a link turbo laser on that.
Well, I kind of do.
Okay.
That's why I was saying you might want to correct me.
Okay, link turbo laser.
Yep.
Same difference.
Alright, go for a double. Alright.
What are you locking down?
Brace.
Locking down the brace.
Because
Sure.
your wreck is not going to do anything. Oh, you have 1 shield over there.
I have no shields.
You have no shields. So your brace is not going to do anything. And yes, I know you do have that solo. But I do have no shields over there either. Well, what else do I got? You have flak guns, right?
Yeah, you're getting 2 blue and a red coming back.
2 blue and red.
And you have 2 health remaining.
Yep, I have lockdown that salvo. I mean, it only makes sense.
Sure you don't want to give me
No, I
a
don't
cracking
give you
kill?
everything. No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Positive? Because I can brace this down to 2.
I know you'll brace it down to 2. I know.
Okay. You sure you're not going to let me
Yes,
do
I'm sure. Yes.
that? Okay.
There's a crit coming out loose, sorry.
Face up, face down. Life support failure. Discard all my command tokens. I have none.
That's. Of course. Alright, using my dial and my token, I'm slowing down to 1, speed 1, so I can try not to hit that bright hope. And, yeah.
Hey, going with my Gazanti squadron command, he had 1 defender in range that he's sending over to throw a shot into the side. There's only 2 health left on Paragon. Hoping for a crit. And then maybe here comes the defender. It is a crit. Is it a structural? Damaged munitions. No, you're alive on 1.
Alright.
And then Vector's just staying at speed 2, going straight. Yeah, we got Dodonna. Let's concentrate fire, just gonna do some flacking. We'll just do it right here. The most important thing. Oh, actually, we're not gonna bother with these. They're just. If you want to.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Just
Yep.
something happens.
Jonas, hit. Jendon, hit. Merrick Steele, nothing. And then we had this guy double arch. So, defender, hit. Defender, hit, and then concentrate fire. Nothing.
Done.
Defender ends on 2. It was a noble effort. We needed Paragon to max out.
Yeah.
If it's his. And I'm just going straight. Speed 2. No, speed 4 actually. You're
I
flying
know, yes, I might have to turn a little bit so
Oh,
I'm
no.
off the board.
You're just running the ridge.
Yeah.
Plenty of room. Not going off the board.
And since it's around 6, I don't have to really worry about it as much.
Don't have to worry about it at all.
No.
Alright, I've got Iden left. She's got a squadron. I misplayed my activations. Of which ones I activated. The one that was in range, I activated instead with the Quasar. All I have left is this one. No shot. Or no activation. Iden's just going speed 3. Just going straight. Slight little turn to make sure I don't run into Vector. And then lastly, we're going to try to do it to consolate, not a consolation, but a final insult, take out Dutch. He has 1 health remaining with this defender squad at the start of the squadron phase. At the start of the squadron phase, we can do an Exogorth attack.
Oh, yes, good.
So Dutch dies. Then Exogorth, this defender only has 1 health. Defender gets consumed.
Yes.
So, that is it, guys. I don't think it's worth counting up the points right now. Rob and I are kind of tired.
Yep.
Unless we might do it, because we're actually going to watch the IrishMadCat podcast, because I have not seen it yet, because I was not going to watch it until after the game. And then we're going to watch that while cleaning up, and then in the post-game interview, we'll discuss the game as well as that podcast and the fleet design, etc. Alright, so there we have it. The conclusion. We didn't do full point calculations. It's obviously an Imperial victory. Rob went over his, of what my kills were from his fleet. It's a little over 400. I'll be putting the numbers up here with the calculator. It's really late. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Doing the exact numbers. The kills he got, it might be about 100. I'm just estimating, eyeballing it. But I'll get the exact points coming up.
Right.
But needless to say, it didn't go the way he wanted. And,
no, not quite, no.
But real quick, just give another shout out, thanks to James Maher, IrishMadCat, for this together, and for I think the foundations behind the fleet are solid.
Yes.
Very solid. And I also want to give another quick shout out to Maxwell Silver. Thank you so much for sending the defenders, so I can have 6 now. And that just makes me so happy.
And if I can real quick, shout out to Maxwell Silver as well for sending me the extra dials and the speed dials as well. They'll be very, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so when Maxwell sent the 2 defenders, he was also generous enough. He said he just has a whole bunch of extras. He's been playing Armada for years and has tons of stuff. More command dials and speed dials that he knows to do this. So he just sent Rob a bunch, so Rob doesn't have to worry about buying the dial packs.
Right.
So yeah, now Rob has all that he'll ever need.
Right.
So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that, Maxwell. It was great. Before we go into it, because though it's not at the very end, we're going to do the question.
Yeah.
Before we get to the discussion about the game. So now that we're done with all the small ships, talking about specifics, we are going into medium ships.
Okay.
And this is to enter into the giveaway. The month of May giveaway is going to be an Invisible Hand expansion provided by Garrett Vance at Admiral Taylor Ship Shop. I will be announcing the winner on June 1st. And how you enter is to subscribe to my channel and answer the questions in my videos. And for each video you answer a question, you get entered in for an additional chance. So for this video, and I'm gonna kind of skip out of the normal order I've been doing. We're gonna go for Imperial because I want to talk about my favorite Imperial medium ship that was featured today.
Was it?
Which is the Quasar. And so let me know in the comments below what your favorite Imperial medium ship is and how you like to outfit them. There's not too many. I believe it's just Interdictor, Victory, and Quasar, if I remember correctly. And the Quasar by and far away is my favorite medium ship. It's actually my favorite medium ship in all of Armada. I think it's the best carrier in all of Armada. There are some good battle carrier hybrids, like Imperial 1, if you want to go pure. I've done the example of that, like battle carrier, they're great. The Victory 2, or Venator 2 is going to be amazing, but it's also more like a battle carrier. I think the Quasar, because you get the Quasar 1 specifically. You get the officer slot, you get the weapons team slot, and you get the 2 offensive retrofit slots. You can just really, really tool up a carrier that just makes your squads amazing.
Because it is dedicated.
Dedicated to being a carrier.
Well,
and it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's very cheap.
How cheap is it?
I think it's 60 points base.
Okay.
And then you add the upgrades. And the way I ran it today is the way I love to run it. I love Woldar for getting rerolls because I like running defenders. Woldar doesn't work for Swarm. So I don't bring Woldar, obviously, when I'm doing ties and interceptors. And I love, obviously, flight controllers. Just giving an extra blue dice to defenders is sick. So I need hangar base, so I can, now that I have it, I can bring 5, which is awesome to me. And then boosted comms just to get the extended range, so I don't have to worry about range. And so, my favorite medium ship in all of Armada, but Imperial specific. So let me know in the comments below to enter into the giveaway what your favorite medium Imperial ship and how you like to run them and outfit them, etc. So with all those preambles out of the way, let's talk about the match and the battle. Rob, would you like to start us off?
Well, James, IrishMadCat. I did try to do some of the things that we discussed, and I actually studied the video last night and studied the video this morning several times. And Ben had not seen it, by the way, just so you know, everybody knows.
Wait, in addition, we just finished watching it.
Yeah,
at the end of the game, we watched it so that I can see it for the first time, and so I can actually be informed when talking about it in the post game. So that was my first time seeing it.
What are you talking about, Rob? What's going on?
Yeah.
Deployment was my first major mistake, and the major mistake I did there was I broke up the squadron ball, the bees ball. And that was a major mistake. Another mistake was the way I did the MC-30s. I probably should have them turned a little differently than they were. It didn't, and especially with the assault frigate, because it caused a little bit of a traffic jam there. I had to rearrange things. I also had the Dodonna and the Janus Light, thank you. Backwards. They should have been the opposite direction. So Dodonna should have been closer, and Janus Light should have been on the outside because she's more of a sniper. But anyway, I did do the MC-30s versus his Chimera basically right.
You said that right.
Ben is very good dice. I am not.
Well, it wasn't just dice.
Well,
that's not what it was. It was also positioning in it.
Right. You had very good shots.
And so did you.
Yes.
You dropped Chimera shields and did a couple damage to it just with 1 salvo.
Yep.
From Foresight, which is pretty incredible for dropping a Star Destroyer that.
Yeah, they actually APTs worked out really well.
Yeah.
So it did work, but again, it was a little bit off. I really feel bad about the baseball, mostly because I really broke that up, and I don't really know why I did broke it up. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I think it was. I mean, you saw my advance that ran out here, turn 1, into turn 1 to grab that objective, and you had your 2 generic X-Wings over here, and you decided to chase it.
Yeah, I should.
As opposed to just going and staying with your big roll. And if you would stay with, I mean, it's like, who cares about that advance? You did get the kill, but it wasn't worth having him out of position for the rest of the match.
It was definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a couple things in there that I definitely did wrong. But there's a lot of things in there that I learned to do right. The H9s, for instance, was great.
Yeah.
The reactive gunnery with Paragon was wonderful. I started on speed 2, like we said, and I didn't ship to 3 unless I had to. Now, some of my ships should have gone 3 a little sooner than they did, but also 3 was a little bit difficult when maneuvering. Some of them, like Jan's Light, for instance, had to slow down at some point because otherwise she's smashing into things, including her own ships. And the flotillas just didn't go to 3 at all, I don't think, I mean, at the end. But, I mean, in general, I like the fleet. I do. I just need no more practice with it. How about that? I mean, that's about it.
Yeah. It's
it's the first time flying.
It's first time flying it, and MSU is the hardest kind of fleet to run.
Yes.
Period. Doesn't matter what faction, but for rebels it is tough.
Yep.
Because positioning is key.
Yes.
And when you, if you get it out of position because it's multiple small ships, they can be taken out rather quickly by large ships if they're positioned in the wrong spot. But if positioned right, they can be a nightmare for large ships to deal with because once you get behind them, it's a problem.
Which Paragon was able to.
Yeah, Paragon eventually got behind me.
Yeah.
And just to talk about something, if you guys have not watched, go ahead and I would recommend everyone watch the video from IrishMadCat. Just so you can know what we're talking about. Yeah. One of the things, the tactics that James was talking about was with the MC-30s was to line them up, double arc in front of my Star Destroyer, or near it, take the shot, bump, bump, then next turn take another shot, and this is foresight. This foresight should be able to survive a round. We'll talk about why it didn't. And then you jump, and then Admonition comes in and does it. Now you started that off right. You brought foresight in, got me on the double arc, and you were able to do the salvo, the front and side. And like I said, it dropped, it drained me of pretty much all my shields on the Chimera and got damage internal with the crit. What happened there, though, what the problem was, is that ideally you'd want to get to the side, so you're taking a side arc shot instead of a front arc shot for my ISD.
True. Yes.
But even on a front arc shot, most of the time foresight's going to survive that once. The problem is that, and I had to dedicate my whole fleet to it, and I committed to it because I knew it was going to be very hard. But I had to dedicate everything to it. I shot Iden at it with a really weak nothing. I think I did end up doing just 1 damage, but it was something. Maybe spend a defense token. Then I had to send in a slew of defenders. I set 5 generic defenders to the side, doing mosquito bite damage. So then you're either having to spend your tokens or just eat the damage.
Right.
And I had a clear shot with Quasar to take a shot as well to help. And then with Thrawn, with the Chimera, I sent in the remainder of my heavy hitters of squads. And then I got you with the big shot.
Yeah.
But even then, I still had to do a lot of damage and get the right accuracies.
It did take a lot.
It took a whole lot. It took my entire fleet except my Gazanti Invader, basically, to drop foresight in 1 round. Yeah. And I just want to say, just for people that might not be aware, people that are aware, that is rare. Foresight rarely drops with 1 in 1 round.
Right.
But when it does, I had to take, again, my entire fleet to do it. Which I know that, and when I was able to get that done, my main strategy when I saw what I was going up against, and after we deployed, was I wanted to delay engagement as long as possible.
Which you did well.
Which is why I chose entrapment formation as my primary fleet command for most of the game, so I can modify my speeds. And because I chose to be first player, I could dictate, since I was able to pick first ship next turn.
Right.
I can actually be safe going to speed 0 to keep you out of range, so I don't move into your range.
Yep.
And the next round, go and speed up with entrapment formation. And so that's the only. So you actually had it set up right with Admonition, because then normally if I didn't have entrapment formation,
right,
or if I wouldn't have been willing to drop to 0, I would have actually even moved speed 1 into Admonition's range.
Yep.
And Admonition would be able to hit it.
Yes.
So.
And plus, you did another thing with the bigs with the balls of fighters, no matter which side. He did pull, which was something I didn't expect. James, I don't know if you expected either. He pulled them all back.
Yes. Yeah.
He pulled, and then it was like, I can't move them forward because then he can strike. And if I leave them here, then they're not doing anything, and I can't keep up with the fleet.
Fortunately, I was able to use the speed of the Imperial fighters. Like round 1, I just used a squad phase move out, grab the objectives, and when I moved them out, I was careful to stay away from a speed 3 move,
right,
plus distance 1, so that he couldn't tag them, and then I just moved them back. And sometimes it's tough to do because you want to be like, all right, I'm out, ready to go attack.
Right, yeah.
But it's like, I think sometimes discretion is the better part of Valor, to reorganize, regroup, get back into formation, and then you can come back out again. And, but initially you're doing great keeping except for the X-Wings that went off to chase and advance. You kept the Big Ball together.
Right.
But the problem is with it set up with the Big Ball with only main characters, it means even if you're distributing damage, the damage is not going to main characters you want taking damage, as opposed to going to X-Wings that are just there for cannon fodder.
Right. My rookies, as we call them.
Yeah, the rookies. Yeah. And another thing that I did I used my advances to sacrifice. I brought that one advance just to lock down your Big Ball.
Right.
Because I knew I was in danger at bombing runs. So I sent him in just to die. Unfortunately, you should have killed it.
No, I know. It's my dice.
It took 2 full rounds to kill that thing, which was ridiculous. But I just wanted to give myself 1 moment of delay so I could, so that to delay at least 1 turn from coming in to do bombing runs on my Chimera.
Yeah.
But I just got lucky on that. It took you 2 turns to kill it instead of 1.
It's my dice. That's all it is.
Yeah. And another one again with the dice where you should have killed it was
God.
So Iden actually didn't do anything. Sometimes she does nothing. She did help. She did one thing that I do like is the Corvus redeploy.
Yes.
To try to
to
out deploy someone. But like she never got her HIEs off, and never did any other attacks after that because it wasn't worth attacking Paragon and getting the saddle back.
No.
So Paragon should have killed Iden. But again, I just want to say it's not surprising that she didn't die because Iden lets you cancel dice at close range.
Right.
Which is ultra powerful, which is why Iden is so good on Raiders, because you get 2 evades. It's very hard to stop those canceling of dice at close range against Iden on a Raider. Right. So that was luck. Yeah. That Iden survived. And by that point, Paragon, yes, you did get behind me, but at that point, it was a little bit too late. Yeah. And a little bit out of position. And again, the advantage of being first, I hated having the bid, but I was glad I had it on this one. Because if I could have done it, I would have been at 600 points and we would have rolled off. Right. Since I had the bid, I almost picked, I think I mentioned this in the pregame, I almost picked to go second. But looking at my missions, I'm just going to tell you guys what my missions were, because I don't usually do that when the person who didn't go. I had advanced gunnery, you're not picking that, you're not giving Chimera 2 shots at the front.
Oh heck no.
Fleet ambush, you're not picking that, where you have to put half your fleet in range of me to hit you turn 1 with everything. Right. He's like, that's not going to happen. No. The other one I had was dangerous territory, which is similar to infested fields. Yeah, that one. But here's that's what you would have picked. Right. Yeah. And I didn't want you picking that because 1, it means that you get to ignore all obstacles. You just land on it no matter what. Yep. Only ships pick up the objective tokens on that one. And you have the advantage of that. You have more ships than me that can go super fast, super maneuverable. I would have been lucky maybe to get 1, maybe 2 objective tokens. You would have gotten the rest easy. So I chose to go first, took a risk to look at what your missions were. Yep. And I knew that I would want to be able to activate first every round to stop the potential of those MC-30s hitting me, to try to get the hit, or try to activate something first to move it to get out of the way. were first turned.
Stop the big ball.
Stop the big ball,
Yeah.
that kind of thing before it can move. And again, most wanted was in there just for me not to pick it. There's no way I'm looking at let you pick a pick Quantum Storm and then
If he did,
and then you
I'd be
have
wondering.
Chimera.
If he did, I'd be wondering what he's drinking.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Asteroid Tactics I almost did, but it really was infested fields because I knew my squads could pick up the tokens.
Right.
And since I had the squad speed advantage, that's why I went with that to get the tokens.
Yep.
Um,
And which was part of the plan, if you watch that video, was let Ben have the tokens. Because we're going to go and attack and hunt down his defenders. So let him go out and do that. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Those two generics, the two rookies, the rookie, I'm not playing on rookies. They just decided to go off out there, we're going to defend that thing. What are you guys doing? But,
and that just comes with practice
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Just ignoring the distractions, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it's just practice with squad play as well, not just with MSUs.
Yeah.
One thing I learned just playing, because I love squad play, just playing it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times, I would even say almost all the time, 9 times out of 10, it's better to hold your squads back,
Yeah.
pull them back, keep them in formation, than going out to try to get what you think might be a kill, and then they get locked down and trapped, and then
yeah, as you saw.
you can't do anything with it for the rest of the game.
Right.
Sometimes it's better just to pull them back,
Yeah.
and just hold them back, and just wait for the right moment. And sometimes if you're playing against someone that's also doing that same thing, you just both holding back for your squads,
Right,
and
yeah.
turn 5 and 6 when it comes in, but that's better than just throwing them out there and then being
Right.
wasted for the rest of the game.
Exactly. And then you're
So-
outnumbered by
and then-
squadrons
yeah.
bombing everything, and you can't
Yeah.
do anything again.
So
So.
that just comes with practice.
So that surprised me was when he pulled his fleet back. I should say squadrons back. But he pulled them back. Actually, he pulled his fleet back.
And the
right?
feedback doing
Zero.
lots of speed zeros.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, what are you doing? Speed 0.
Yeah. It
And
took
it
a
was
lot of.
just, he made sure, and I mentioned this to James. I said, Ben is meticulous. He made sure that I was not within range when he was at 0. I think maybe Iden might have been at one point, but
Iden was, but I was first player, so I could choose. And that's why I activated
Right.
her first. I think it was round 3.
right, yeah.
I dropped her to
yeah.
0, speed 2. I
Yeah.
round 2, I think. And no, you had no one else that could shoot at her at that point,
Right.
based on activations. So that I knew that I was going to activate her round 3, so she could get her defense tokens back.
Right.
So again, it was just knowing, being first player, that I'd have the choice. I was safe going to speed 0.
Yeah.
And I also knew that I was safe having the fleet commands and Vonto, so I'll always have the fleet command I want.
Right.
In track information, I can modify speed across my entire fleet no matter what my dials were.
Right.
So I can go 0, 1, 0, 1 at will. And just
So
then manage distance. So
now that's the only thing of practice though.
lots of practice.
You don't want to do 0 at the wrong time.
At the wrong time, because then it's just you're just sacrificing, you're just
You're like,
giving them the shit.
Hi, hit me, please.
So yeah.
Please hit me.
You don't. It's not on camera because I do a lot of that.
Right.
Because that would take forever on the video if you watch
No,
me do
but
it.
I mean, it's,
But I took a lot of
we've been
time.
doing it for about 9 hours now.
Yeah. Well, this was one of our longest games
Yeah.
we've ever done.
Right.
But we did take several long breaks too. 'Cause it was
Yeah, well, we had to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be fried.
Yeah. But round 3 and 4, when I was doing a lot of my speed 0 stuff, I was doing a lot of measuring everywhere,
Yeah.
seeing where Rob's ranges are,
Mhm.
where his ships were, what can he attack me while I'm at speed 0. There was only one instance where I was going to have a choice of two ships at speed 0, and you could have attacked one. I don't know if you saw it because you didn't do it, but you could have attacked Jaina's Light into my Quasar when it was at speed 0. So
Yeah,
I chose someone else to go.
Uh,
But you chose to go with someone else.
Yeah.
I can't remember why. But that was 5 hours ago.
Yes.
So I don't remember why.
All the rounds are meshing into each
But
other.
when I was making that decision, I figured it's a risk that I'm willing to take. Jaina's Light can't kill the Quasar, even with no defense tokens. I'll just take the hit.
Right.
I'd much rather not this person. But again, I've never done. I was telling Rob also when we had our dinner break that I have never gone speed 0 that much. I think in the history of me playing Armada.
I never seen you do it anyway.
But just the way that you were set up, I knew. Because if I would have gone normal play, just going in, you'd have Chimera would have been dead. Because Foresight hit him, and there would, I would have moved into Admonition. Admonition would have hit him, and that actually probably would have killed a Chimera. That Admonition's hit. And Paragon coming up behind, and I would have had my Quasar in range of your torpedo bombers, and that thing just drops like to a stiff breeze when it's in close range of heavy hitters like that. So it was just, I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think it was round 2 and 3 when I thought, I want to manage my distance here and delay as long as possible.
Right.
And I've got entrapment formation option, and he's not in range of me yet. So speed 0, just to hold back and delay one more, just to wait for the opportune moment. So now that I've done that once, I might actually do that more in the future, because whenever I can manage it that way, that easily, depending on the fleet you're facing.
Right.
So, yeah. So I learned something new about the value of going speed 0 when you can manipulate it that way, fleet wide, actually.
Right.
So it was interesting. And it was also, I don't like it when it's blown out. This was a blowout. I don't like that kind of game. So there was part of me that I wasn't enjoying it really near the end.
No, he wasn't.
Just because I don't like these kinds of games. But I did enjoy overall playing it just because I could play all of my favorite toys.
Yes.
Admiral Thrawn and Chimera, all my defenders, my favorite carrier, Iden. So
6 defenders, right?
6 defenders, yeah, American 5 regulars. So
yeah, so you had those out all the way long. Yeah.
So I had fun doing that, but by the end of the game I was really feeling bad because I just don't. And I know it's not enjoyable when you guys are watching when it's a blowout. Like our game we had last time, when it was the Ozzel versus the Gate, the Starhawk, when we were the mirror fleets with fire lanes.
That was so close.
That was an intense, close game. That was fun, even though it was stressful. It was fun. This kind of game, it's not really fun, especially near the end.
It was fun, and it wasn't. I can understand what you're saying, but it was fun for me because I had to interact with James there. It was great. Thank you, James.
Yep, and hopefully we do more of those.
Yes, I do.
That's fleet build collaborations,
yeah.
everything. So.
And I learned I wanted to use a new general that I never used. Well, actually, I guess commander, I should say. New commander that I never used, as well as ships. And I said, I want to do something different. I'm used to bringing big ships, my
MCs,
75s, and whatever else.
Yeah, with Akbar.
With Akbar.
And it's great. Hey, it works for you, right?
But I wanted to learn. I'm trying. Like Ben says, reach out, expand your horizons, try different things. So I thought, all right, well, this is the perfect time to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I just gotta get my dice to work right.
Yep.
And Ben's always so unpredictable, very ridiculous at everything.
Well, I hope it was enjoyable for you guys to watch. And Rob, it was an enjoyable game.
Good game, Ben.
And I think Rob's probably going to keep this safe, maybe come back to it again or modify it later to try again. Because this is the foundation of this is powerful.
Yeah, I definitely will be trying this again.
This takes a lot of practice to get to work right.
Right.
And so, and if you guys have any thoughts on the 2 lists, and the tactics used and things like that, comment in the comments below, let us know. And as stated at the beginning of the video, IrishMadCat mentioned it. Rob actually mentioned it in their podcast. I'll mention it again here. Keep spinning the list.
Yes, please.
If you want to see your list featured on the channel, 400 point or 600 point, because we love 600 point, so favorite type of game. Comment in the comments. Message me on Facebook at mydownsize at Facebook. Email me at maildownsizeit@gmail.com. And on my downsize at Facebook has my inventory in post.
Yes.
So all the plastic I own, so you guys know what I have, so I can actually field it. As far as cards, I have everything, but as far as like plastic, ships and squads, that's this.
Right, yeah, because we can proxy some.
And I've got a lot in the queue right now. I don't say we're getting backed up, but we're getting lots of them in.
Yep.
And I can't promise when we'll get to them. It might be several months, just based on shooting schedules and stuff. But we've been able to get to a lot. We've had, I think you mentioned 5 or 6. It's actually been close to 10 subscriber lists that we've submitted based on my spreadsheet that I have.
Wow, really?
So we've actually been able to do quite a bit. I've been happy with that.
Wow.
So,
and if you want to do subscribers versus subscribers.
Yeah, well, we've already got a rematch set up.
Yes, we do.
From Northern Hero and James Maher. They've resubmitted lists that they want specifically done in a rematch, but swapping. So you'll run the imps and I'll run the revs.
Okay, good.
I don't know when we'll get to that because I want to get from other people chances to listen. But maybe in a month or 2 we'll have the Northern Hero James Miracle rematch but swap.
Right.
And so anyway, send the list in. Let us know who you want to run them if you care. Whether me, Soldier General Rob, or Robbie, because Robbie is running them now too,
which is great.
And if you want to call out a subscriber, go ahead and call a subscriber out in the comments. Put some lists together, and then we'll run them against each other for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. thank you again so much for the support. 300 subscribers now,
I know,
and
that's incredible.
it's huge.
Congratulations.
Both. I mean, it's
Still.
Social General Rob, you're a big part of this.
Well, thank you.
You're one of the main parts of this. So, thank you guys so much again for all the support, and hope to keep bringing you guys more content. And until next time, take it easy.